totally on mute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. However you happen to be listening and or watching this, I want to welcome you to the latest episode of the Gaming Circle podcast. The podcast where we are, we're here, we're doing things. Mr. Everborn Saga is back, so we have to regroup. I'm, of course, your host, Mr. K. Asante, TKO Asante, and all the places we communicate. And I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen, Everborn CPT Saga. What's going on, brother?
Well, I would just like to say that our national crisis is over, and I have finally received my MCON.
There you go.
Mobile controller.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that. That's excellent. Yes. Excellent. Okay.
So it's all about the magnets,
snap,
right?
Yeah, all about the snapping.
If I can get it to work.
There you go. There
we go. It's
coming. By the way,
here we go.
Yep. Very cool.
It's hard to do. It works a lot better than this. It's just hard to do on camera. But all right, we'll try it again. There we go.
There you go. I think it's also
sides.
Yeah. There you go.
Right. This is not even a review time. I'm just excited about this.
When did you get this thing?
I think it was around Monday. After I did my whole complaining on the podcast, I went and did the actual thing I should do, which is email customer support, and magically the next day they're like, "Here's your shipping number." I'm like, oh no, it's a little suspect, but I'll take it.
I got mine even before Christmas. That's wild that it took you this long to get it. That's crazy.
I know. This always happens when we pre-order. I don't know what it is. You get the favorable shipping dates.
It is what it is, sir. What are we gonna do?
Or we're gonna do the old top-down camera thing later when we get to this. But,
fantastic. Yes. So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Of course, last week Mr. Everborn was not available. He was not here. He sounded like Marge Simpson, but now he's good.
No, not Marge Simpson's. Marge Simpson's sisters.
Oh God, that's even better. Damn.
Actually, even worse. Yes,
I know, but that's better. Anyway, but no, I appreciate you being here, man.
I see Fonzarelli and I see Lord Negatron in the chat. Today's a special day.
Yep, and 108 Dragons is in there. The great Umbra's in there. Lots of great folks. Sycamore. I haven't seen Sick yet. Actually, I do see Soul Tech. What's up, Soul Tech? What's going on, everybody? It's all good. So
Sick Slayer.
Let's get this thing
AKA
started.
Sick number 2.
Yes. The reasonable Sick, I call him. I'm shooting shots before we even begin this thing. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I want to get into this thing, but I want to talk about some games before we get into all the stuff. We're going to talk about the developer direct. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But of course, it's the weekend. We're trying to keep it concise. So we're not trying to be here for like 4 hours. So Everborn Saga, I know you just got your MCON. What games have you been playing? Have you played anything with the MCON or
I have. So I won't bore you guys with Sonic Dream Team, right? Because I actually played that on the Apple TV. I want to show you guys something. This is actually interesting, right? It is Apple's take on turning their devices into a game console. So I want to show this to you guys. All right. So let me switch to the overhead cam.
All right.
All right. What are we doing here? So we want to switch to. No, it's fine. I think this is it. There we go.
There you go.
Right. So this is the whole. Now I can show you guys the MCOM in general. So we'll just do our little. Don't worry about my.
Bro, you need to clean up your keyboard, bro. That's disgusting. What are you doing? Oh my God.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Don't judge me, bro. All right, so this is the device, right?
Yep.
Now that's the retractable. This actually comes off too. I'm not gonna do that, but okay. So now we got our iPhone 17 Pro Max. I just got the denim casing. It's actually pretty nice, very svelte. All right, so bam, right? Bam. Let me make sure I'm not showing private Discord.
Do you have a photo of yourself on your phone? I'm just saying, damn, son.
No, these are actually from the wedding. So if I it's not that.
About to be like, damn.
If I tap, see, there's my mom, right?
I get you.
Every time you tap, it's another photo.
I thought I got him. Something.
You thought you got me, but you didn't.
You got
These are the
photos of
beautiful
himself on
photos.
the cover.
Yeah. Anyway,
go ahead.
We've got our magnet attached, right?
That's right.
Now, boom, right? Now we're gonna flip the sides out, and then we're gonna turn it on. Okay. By the way, your wife took some of those pictures. I don't know why you come.
I know.
All right. So now the device is on, and now I'm gonna press. I don't know if you can see this because of the lighting. It's terrible. I'm gonna press the home button, right? This is equivalent if you're using a controller on your Apple TV or Bluetooth, whatever. Like you press the Xbox button on the controller. So I'm pressing the home button, and it just brings up the Apple Gaming Hub. Right?
Move your hand down just a little so people can see the screen. A little lower. There you go. Right there.
So you just press the home button and it brings up this gaming hub. And you got the last games you played or whatever. What your friends are playing.
I'll even do
Apple
you one
Arcade.
better. I'll even do you one better, Everborn Saga. Like, yes, you press the home button and it opens up the app. But when it's attached and it's off, as soon as you unclick it, it connects to Bluetooth automatically, and you see the gaming profile on your phone light up just by unclicking it. It's crazy what they've done. Very cool.
All right. So now we'll go back to and this is the game that I was telling you about that I've been playing this week. It's called Vohen. VOHENN.
Okay.
Right. And we'll play a little bit of it. It's a Metroidvania, but it's like a proper Metroidvania.
Vohen, huh? Interesting. Okay, so is this like a solely game on phone?
I have not checked if this was on Steam yet. I have not checked.
Okay.
But this is $5 on Apple on Apple Store. Maybe it's on Android. I have not checked.
Okay. Vohen, huh? Okay, interesting. All right, so
it's like
give me some of your
Metroidvania.
Yeah,
I've been playing this
some of your takes on the MCon. How you feeling about it? How does it feel as far as ergonomically? I know some folks are in the chat, and I have one as well. I have a quick plug. I did a quick little short review of it on the channel, so you can see that there. It looks uncomfortable by some people's expectations,
but it's not though.
Recommendations. What do you think? Yeah, exactly.
It is. I honestly think it is more comfortable than the Backbone. The Backbone just has your fingers in a weird small position here. It's all about these handles. These handles make it work. You hold it with your two bottom fingers. Now it's kind of hard to get to the LB and RB buttons. Triggers are fine. I find myself using the D-pad more than the
thumbsticks.
Left stick. But again, I'm just because I'm like an asymmetrical player. But yeah, I really like it, and you see mobile's getting a lot more sort of console quality games. And with this controller, I do wish, because I also pre-ordered this keyboard thing that I'll show later when we not later, but when it comes, right? Have you seen this thing? They're like bringing back the BlackBerry keyboard,
the BlackBerry, yes,
charger. So
and at the same time, GameSir is coming out with their version, which is for gaming, and it's called the what is it?
This is called the Click or whatever. The one that I pre-ordered.
And I'm like, damn, no. Anyway, but yes, okay. So this is your foray into gaming on phones for real.
I mean, I've always had I've had the Razer Kishi, I've had the Backbone. So this is just the latest in a long line of experiments for this. But I think this is the most this is the biggest foray yet, I think. And again, now you have proper Metroidvanias on mobile now. So
and remember, you don't even have to play just this. You could also play your streaming stuff with this controller.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. Yeah, very comfortable. By the way, would you quickly show your phone as compared to the width of the MCon? Because they've since this has come out, they have released images of the next gen MCon, and it's the same basic width as the phone itself. So right now it's thick, but the next gen version, it's basically as thin as the phone itself. This is a little bit thicker than the original.
Now, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're asking.
Yeah.
All right. So, also, if you hold this button, you start recording, right? It's asking if I want to allow it to record. So I'm not going to do that right now. But now, to your question, right? Also, this is Bluetooth, so I can still, if I wanted to
use it.
Yeah, I can still play just as I would. You know?
Well, so if you press the eject button at the top, you can remove that top and then set your phone to it like a cradle, and then still play on the desk. Pretty cool.
So
cool
this
idea.
This is what you're referring to.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea. I like that. And
so now we're just
controller. Yeah. Exactly.
Right? So it's pretty cool. $100 from the Kickstarter. And if I were, I don't know, maybe when it's like this, you want to do one of these, but yeah. So this was $100 on the Kickstarter. I think it's a little bit more than $100 if you didn't get it in the Kickstarter. Yeah. So, but yeah, this just opens up the opportunity. You'll probably see me playing more when, I always come to you guys with these these Metroidvania, random Metroidvanias where a lot of the times my recommendations come from recommendations that I got in the Discord. You should join the Discord if you haven't. But we have some gaming connoisseurs there. And if you want to know what the new sort of eclectic game is, they can tell you in Discord faster than I can. But yeah, you might see me bringing some mobile entries from week to week now that I got this thing. So
excellent, sir. Excellent. I'm actually looking forward to you doing that, because I too would like to see what mobile offerings are available. I haven't delved too deep into that, but as you say, mobile is becoming far more mature as far as gaming is concerned. The gaming choices available, so I would like to test it out. That's awesome. Excellent.
Reconnect's
any other games?
This is my first time trying it. And I've been playing what's the Blossom Tale 2. So I beat part 1. That's the like Zelda type game, but part 2 is very good. It's coming into its own, so it's not just the Zelda clone anymore. Not just a Link to the Past clone anymore. So recommend it. You can get both of them for $10. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. We will get into what I've been playing now. First and foremost, again, thank y'all for being here. Shout out to all the
you
great
do that. I'll clean my keyboard.
Yeah, please do. That is just oh my God. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Listen, this is just another example. Shame works, people. We need to bring shame back to society.
It is what it is. Anyway. So let's see. Okay, so games I have been playing. So this is another chance for me to tell y'all, and shout out to the great Soil Tech, to tell y'all, join our Discord. Every day of the week, we have basically a podcast going in the Discord. We talk games and other things all day, every day in our Discord, both in audio and in text form. Why do I bring up our Discord as to what games I've been playing? Well, I started an initiative out there some weeks ago called Fan Made Stuff. Just wanted to see what games are out there that fans made. I love fan made games, right? Y'all have heard me talk about Sonic Galactic on this show some time ago. Myself and Everborn chatted about that. There's many fan made games out there, many of them which are to my eye excellent and deserve attention. We talked about it last week. The biggest fan made game to my eye is Black Mesa, the remake of what do you call it? Half-Life 1. But
Black Mesa, that sounds like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Black Mesa, not Massa. Damn, son, calm down. Anyway, Black Mesa, which is the definitive fan-made remake.
Django Unchained 2.
That's
Black
right.
Mesa.
That's right. Black Mesa. That should be a game that somebody makes. Anyway, but okay, so the game I'm bringing up is a game called Final Fight LNS Ultimate. Now, shout out to the great Infinite Umbra, because he is the one who put this on my radar. Basically, it is, and the best way to describe it, and I would advocate that everyone seek this out, because the best thing about it is free 99. Like, it is absolutely free. You can just go download it, install it, play it. You're not paying a darn thing. And I have like almost 20 hours in this game. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a Final Fight game that has been made by fans, and literally they have scraped a bunch of characters from a bunch of different different Capcom games, and they put them all in this one game. So take a look. Well, let me see if this one has. Yeah, let me pause this for a moment. And by the way, this is not the entire roster. Mine has even more of a bigger roster. There are multiple versions of this game, but this version shows you what you're looking at there, which I'm talking about, like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, for those who know. Final Fight, the actual proper game, every character from Final Fight. There's Predator, Alien versus Predator in there. You see the Predator characters. There's Street Fighter, obviously, all the Street Fighter characters. There's just so much. There's Resident Evil characters. There's a version of it that has a bunch of Mortal Kombat and Marvel characters in it as well. And all of this, once you choose your and protagonist of choice, you literally just go through the game and beat them up, like the whole thing. You have specialties. Every single character has like full-fledged specialties, full-fledged, like, as if not only did they rip this from other characters, they also made new animations to make all of this work. Because there's just no way some of these characters, it's not possible that some of these characters would have like running animations and beat 'em up animations. You just don't have that, because those, they never made games for beat 'em ups. So these guys not only ripped what was there, they also created new stuff. This game is phenomenal. Like, I cannot believe this thing exists. I've been telling everyone to play it and download it. I'm playing it on PC. I'm playing it on my Android phone, like the Odin 2 Portal, rather. Like, this thing is insanely cool. I can't believe that I can download this for free and no one is asking me to pay for it. I need to give someone my money for it immediately. I need to give somebody my money. Please, someone needs to, like, where can I pay someone for this? Because it's phenomenal. I've been playing this for too many hours. So there you go. This is what I have been playing. Everborn Saga, I know you've been in the Discord. It's been busy. Have you gotten into any of the fan-made stuff that we've been into? Oh, if you are there, we're not hearing you, sir.
No, I'm here. No, I have not, because I've been doing this mobile foray or whatever. But I do want to give a shout out to Six Layer, because he did send me one of these, which was Sonic 3, like fake. So it basically merges Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles and adds some other things in there. So that is on my to-do list or to playlist.
By the way, sir, of all of these fan-made games and whatnot, I would say the best IPs that like has the most fan-made awesome stuff is Sonic, believe it or not. There's like 16 different
no. There is a long history of Sonic fans making better games than Sega for Sonic.
Than even Sega. It's wild, bro. It's hilariously wild. I was just like, they add new weapons, they add new moves, new
Sonic fans are like Thanos at the end of the first Avengers. They're just like, fine, I'll do it.
We'll do it ourselves. That's right. Okay, so and I normally don't do this, but I'm just gonna show you a bunch of gameplay of it. Because man, anybody, like, if you remember, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, of any Capcom games of any type, any kind, any character you know and love is, chances are, in here and is playable. It's hilariously cool, and like, you're just beating up, walking around the whole game like M. Bison. And oh, by the way, this is not just skins. These are like full move sets, their voices, the whole situation. It's wild that they did this, and you can play it for free, the whole thing, right? Oh, and another thing which I discovered recently. When you, and I'll go back to this character select to show you really what I'm talking about here. In the game, when you select the characters and you see them, you'll see that they're all color coordinated, right? These characters are green, these characters are orange, these are a little light red, these are a little light blue, because they all belong to their own IP. right? So the ones on the these three that I'm selecting here, if you can see my mouse, that is literally Alien versus Predator, and those are the Alien versus Predator characters. All these right here are the Street Fighter characters, so they're all in the same color coordination, right? There are specialty missions where when you choose this mode, all you do is play the specialty stages. So it'll start with like Cadillacs and dinosaurs, and all you're doing is playing their specialty missions as if it's a beat 'em up made specifically for them, meaning the bad guys in that level are all specific to that IP and to that game. Then it goes to like Alien versus Predator, and every bad guy in that world looks exactly like the Predator protagonist. It's insane. Like, and it'll go through each and every one of these color coordinated things and give you the stages that are specific to those games and those IPs. There's even a Punisher stage in this thing, and you're literally just playing a Punisher beat 'em up in this game. It's insane, man. Insane. Anyway, I could talk about this.
You can't give anybody money for this, because the moment you did, all these publishers would be
will come for you. You know, I need
not for you, for the developers.
Yes,
but yeah.
I know, right? Like this is, to me, this is like that Double Dragon game that we found. Remember, some years ago, there was that Double Dragon game that was so good.
Finish that game. I mean, it's actually better than that Double Dragon game is better than the actual
official ones. Yes. And I would say
Arc System.
This is out on such another level. Someone needs to contact Capcom and say, "Sir, can we please, like, can you allow this?" They need to allow this.
No, but there's more than Capcom characters in there, though, right? Like
SNK, yeah. It's wild.
I'm not saying they haven't worked deals like that out before, but
But it's a hairy situation to work on. But I wish they would, because man, this game is insanely cool. For those who want to know how to get your hands on it, to play it, like, you know, the whole thing, I will be putting a video out. Shout out to the great Infinite Umbra for putting this on my radar. I'll put a video out, show you how to install it, show you how to get the controllers working, show you how to run it on your Android phone. Like I'll put a video out showing that stuff soon enough. But yeah, if you can find it, it's called Final Fight LNS Ultimate. Seek it out. It is freaking awesome. Oh man, it is awesome. Anyway,
do me a favor, just because I brought it up before. Look up the Clicks keyboard really quick. I want the people to see it on the screen when I'm talking about.
I will look up the Clicks keyboard. Give me a moment. Before I do, though, I wanna also talk about one other small thing. And this isn't out. You can't get your hands on it. But I spoke with the developer, and he was really cool. I think he's a brother, so I always appreciate that. And he put his wares out on Reddit. He thought it was really cool, and people started giving him feedback on it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, bro, I need to show this on GCP. He agreed to give me code for it, so I wanted to show this real quick. It's not ready for prime time, but I want people to see it. What am I talking about? Someone, and this is my screen, by the way. What you're looking at here is my Odin, my Legion Go rather, and my awesome wallpaper. Someone made a custom launcher for Windows. It's very early days. It's very simple, but it's beautiful. What they have here, like seriously beautiful. And these are games that are already on my hard drive. So it loads it up, it scans your drive, and just presents you your games in a beautiful, concise way. It's literally early days. He's like every other day putting a new update in and all that.
Wait, which one is
I think he's doing it by himself. This is called Claw Deck. He has an MSI Claw, so he's been building it for his MSI Claw, but it can run on anything. Right now, what you're looking at is the inside of my Legion Go.
I just would like to point out.
It's beautiful.
You know,
it's amazing to me
how this is compared to.
Yeah.
You know what? Forget it. I can't.
Yes. Keep
going. I'm gonna sound
like
a hater.
No, but this is this is why I brought this up, because man,
and it just brings in your art without you having to add something from the.
You want to do one better? You can just hit the button and change your art just like that. Yeah. It scans. Look, you don't have to do a thing. You just scan it, and it'll just find it, and then it'll just give you your choices. You want to pick another one? Yeah, let's pick another one. Watch, and it'll just update it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, I was like, man, this is wild. Whoever made this needs to get a job. Somebody needs to pay him to do this, because it's freaking cool. You know, I've been messaging him in the background. He says that it's still early days. He's still got updates to make and whatnot. I did tell him I was gonna show this off on this show. As you can see, it says it says MSI Claw 8i Plus, but it's not the MSI Claw, right? It's his machine, so he built it this way. It's static. This is the Legion Go. These are the feedback that I will give him, but it is so cool. Even look how cool this is. It even integrates any FSE. So if you like this so much that you want it to be literally your launcher, you can set it up like right here. So as soon as you boot it up, no Windows, straight right into this, right? And he built it in so that you don't have to go configure it. It just does it by itself. It's
right, because
awesome.
any FSE allows you to switch the startup app for full screen experience, right?
That's
and then
right.
you
I'll
still
show
get
it to you.
the task
Let me
switcher,
show it
right?
to you. Yes, I'm gonna show it to you right now. See, so this is any FSE, right? And because he set that up, you can now go in and choose whichever one you want, including big picture mode, right? And that's his Claw Deck game launcher. And once you set it up and you're done, now every time you boot up, it boots straight into Claw Deck instead of anything else.
So the reason any FSE was very intriguing, right? But I didn't like the way that it works because it like monitors,
it replaces
scheduled tasks, and then before it launches the Xbox app, it would basically kill it and launch whatever you select. And I don't like that because it can get broken in a Windows update, right? If they change the name of the process that they're looking for. But I really like the idea of something that allows you to select your own startup app.
And because you guys like some slander on a Saturday morning, as you can see here, Steam, Epic, the Xbox app, EA app, Ubisoft app, Battle.net, GOG, and Riot, all things that can be easily accessible and aggregatable. Xbox can't do that. The Xbox app can't do that. It can only do a few of those. This does it all, baby. And it's beautiful and seamless and smooth. It ain't properly ready for prime time, but keep an eye out. It's called Claw Deck. I'll do a proper video on it as this thing matures. But I wanted to show it off because, you know, the developer, I reached out to him. He was very, very agreeable and agreed to show me the code. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. The dude did some work on this, and I'm excited that you know it's
this does gonna be good. It does look great. I would say I think it kind of looks better than what's the other one?
You mean Winhanced?
Yeah.
It's
disagree?
smoother. It's smoother than okay. The reason why I think it's smoother than Winhanced is it's doing less than what Winhanced is doing, and I think that's
don't need all of that,
degree,
right?
No, but understand what I mean. Understand what I'm saying. The reason why it's doing less than that, why I think it's like why you're seeing what you're seeing, is because this thing just literally boots onto your machine, scans your hard drives for the places where games usually live, and then just displays them. Right? What Winhanced does is it literally takes your username and password from your accounts and then puts your entire library on display, even games you haven't installed. So it takes a long time, and it's connected to the net, and it makes it slower because you're dependent on the net. This is not dependent on the net. So that's why it's far smoother.
Now, let me ask you another question, though. What happens when you launch one of these games? Like launch Spindle or whatever. Or
you launch it, and it just boots. Yeah. Well, because it's in Windows mode. It's in Windows mode. That's why. See, because it has to load this up. When you're in FSE mode, then it just boots.
I want to see what it looks like in FSE mode, if possible. You don't have to do it now, but
we'll do it. But as you can imagine, right? All of these, when you're not in Windows mode, it launches like this, right? When you're in FSE mode, it just launches in FSE mode as it would. Same thing like as in here, right? So there it is.
Yeah.
But again, this thing is early days. It's not ready for prime time. But even the little bit they got here is freaking cool, and I'm really, really like impressed with what they have here. So I'm gonna keep talking to the dev. Maybe we can get him on the show one of these days, talk about why he felt that he needed to upend Microsoft like he's doing, because he's upending Microsoft right now. Like, he's doing some great work. But let's get him on the show maybe one of these days and have him talk about it. But yeah, I just wanted to share it with you guys, let you guys know that this is out here. It is called Claw Deck. I will actually recommend that he changes that name, because not everybody has a claw, and this thing works on other things besides the claw. So maybe he needs to update that. But yeah, keep an eye out. I suspect the waters are getting hot with all this stuff, and I'm here for it. It's pretty cool. So there's that. That's what I've been playing. And of course, shout out to the great BT Maverick for once again offering me the code for Spindle. I've also been enjoying the heck out of Spindle. I've been playing it like from time to time. It's really, really cool.
I bought Spindle. It is on my to playlist. I have not gotten to it yet. I just want to finish Blossom Tale 2, and then I can get to the next game. This is the problem. I am so caught up with these random games. Like, I still haven't finished Ninja Gaiden 4 yet, and I love that game. Like, love it. But I keep getting like gaming ADD. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Sir, it's not going to get easy because, as I can understand, based on some of the gaming information that's out there, it's about to get even worse.
Yeah, but again, my issue is that like that's always constant. There's always going to be big games coming out. Like I'm super excited for Resident Evil Requiem or 9 or whatever it is, right? I bought Code Vein 2. I'm probably never going to play that. I got
you bought it anyway.
Yeah. And I got what's that Capcom game with the guy in the spacesuit and the little girl?
Pragmata.
Yeah, Pragmata. and I bought Crimson Desert, right? So that's before we get to the other games we're going to talk about from the showcase, and then Halo and Gears, and then all the other things.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Thank you. Wait. BT Maverick says it. I forgot to mention this. Everborn Saga. You need to put.
I already own it. I already own it. You need to.
Put it on the top of your list. I'm loving MIO, which is Memories in Orbit. People got to play it. It's on Game Pass. It's also available everywhere. It's pretty cheap. People got to play it. It's so good.
Then we've got High on Life too. So this year is going to be hell for anybody who plays games and does, right. But what I'm saying is. Those are all the big names that we all know about. For the last 6 months, I do not know what it is, but all my time has been taken by the random
oddity
platformers, top-down, pixelated, whatever. I just found out about Eastward.
Oh, right? Wow. Seriously?
Yeah.
And it's old, man.
I understand 2022, but like fantastic game. So that's on my list now. And I feel like that's all like I don't even have enough time to play the big stuff. And then these small things are coming in, they're doing unique things and they're taking more of my time. So it's like now when I see production value, that almost doesn't mean anything to me. It's just like, what are you doing that's new and interesting? And more times than not, it's these smaller indie titles who are just taking risks with new gameplay mechanics. It's wild. So I don't even know how I'm saying that to say there's all these games. I'm buying these games fully intending to play them. And what I end up playing is games that came out like 2 years ago from like an indie dev. It's very
indeed. Yep. By the way, talking about your problem with games, if you are a Game Pass gamer, you still got problems because guess what? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound just dropped. If you haven't played the Death Stranding,
still haven't beaten the final level of that game, by the way.
Yeah. If you haven't finished Death Stranding, the director's cut, here's another chance because it's back on Game Pass. Not to mention the aforementioned Memories in Orbit, and then Resident Evil Village, and then Star Wars Outlaws, and then Quarantine Zone, which the great Korkenstein, who was with us last week, was playing. Says it's awesome, and so too has the great Major been playing that as well. It's just too many damn games, man. Too many games, and it just started. It just started. It's wild. But anyway, and not to be outdone, you think that's it, but as I hear it, Game Pass is gonna have even more stuff coming out. More Final Fantasies coming out. Did you hear that Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 is coming to Game Pass? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I would not be surprised if in like 2-3 months from now, Final Fantasy 7 Remake magically shows up on Game Pass. Yeah. I think they're trying to get the sales of the people who are like still excited about it, like, and then they're just gonna drop it on there. Because I don't think they would have made such a big deal unless there was like a Game Pass bag involved for Square.
I agree. But yeah, I say all that to say it is very, very difficult for me to understand that people think that Game Pass, even at its current price point, is not valuable. It's just wild. It is wild. It's crazy so much stuff that they have to offer in there. But all right, so if you about that life, you got lots of games to play. Anyway, the great Soul Tech $2 super chat. He says, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Big Back Charlie lives. Damn. He's never going to let that one go.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate him. He's going to keep.
At least he's moved away from Brokeback Charlie. So
yeah, that's a plus. All right. So Everborn Saga, you weren't here last week, and this thing kind of started last week, but I really want to hear your take on it because it's a thing. It happened. You and I kind of have a like for this environment. I'm more than you do as far as gaming is concerned. I'm talking about VR, and by and large, it looks like Meta, the person who changed their name to VR, is getting out of VR. It blew up majorly.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Zach Riley in the chat says Brokeback Charlie also. I mean, not also, but it does stand for BBC.
That is wild, sir. That
by BBC you mean British Broadcasting Channel, right, Zach Riley?
Exactly. That's exactly what.
All right.
That's exactly what it means.
He doesn't want anything else.
Because it is Saturday morning, and we are here with the Saturday morning cartoons. So he means the British Broadcasting Channel. That's all he means.
Yes. Okay. All right. Good.
He said, "Of course." That's what he means. Yes. What else does he mean?
Damn it.
Oh man. So, there's been. I'm sure you've paid attention to this. There's a lot of great studios have been shuttered and closed and downsized and all that. And the latest and greatest of it is the inventor of Oculus, the OG Oculus guy Palmer Luckey, yeah. He's basically like damage controlling. You can check his tweet for yourself. It's a long screed about nothing to see here, everything's fine, right? And the industry's not dead or whatever. But I'm still worried, sir. What are your thoughts? They got rid of so many AAA excellent studios in one fell swoop. What do you think?
Well, so I think this was bound to happen with the pivot to AR, yes, because there's not a huge place for gaming in AR, right? And so the reality is Meta has been throwing billions of dollars into VR, whereas the rest of the marketplace just is not. And it's been over a decade, and they haven't. Go ahead.
That's the key word right there. They are, as it's been said, they are pivoting towards AI, and AR works hand in hand with AI. So they're pivoting towards AI to the point where they're poaching other AI scientists from other AI houses. They poached a few open AI scientists recently.
As much as Mark Zuckerberg might want to make it a thing, there's only so long you can hold off shareholders to where they're saying, why aren't you investing in the next thing? We gave you a decade on this thing. But again, I do agree with Negatron that it's not dead, but I just think it's a pivot, and they're taking the learnings that they got from VR, and they're just deciding they don't need to make the games anymore. They'll leave that to the community, and they will retrench and focus on just the UI and the interface and the hand interface and
gestures and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, right. So just focus on platform and usability and AR, because those glasses and that wristband thing they did, I think they believe that's their future, and not being a VR gaming platform.
But here's my question: with them, the last AAA, money and wallet publishers out there who were ready to spend like top tier coin on VR, with them getting out of the gaming space. Right, and this right here, I wanted to bring this up right here. This right here is a very it brings some really interesting nuggets into the conversation. Basically, Palmer says some people will say they should have funded developers externally rather than acquiring them, and yes, he agrees. But hindsight is 2020. Do you think, and this is the nugget that I was like, oh damn, do you think that Oculus expected to only sell 700 copies, not 700,000? 700 copies of Rock Band VR after spending 8 figures to make them, to the point where they put the adapter in bundled into every single Oculus headset. And at the end, they only made 700 copies of profit of sales, which is obviously not profit at all. Like, so ultimately, with all this, is there any gaming for VR anymore? I feel like if there is any future here, it is for other things. Like gaming is kind of dead here, is it not?
No, I mean big AAA stuff, but nobody ever believed in big AAA gaming on VR. So, you know,
I am not nobody, but okay, keep going.
Sure, there's not a lot of Kay Asantes out there, right?
True.
The point is, I think like for indie experiences, like, yeah, you know, you can do a lot with Unity in the VR space, and I think you'll still see that. But the future's AR, man. Like we had VHS versus Betamax, and you know, VHS won.
It is sad. It is sad.
So AR is where the future of this stuff is going to go.
It is sad. I will continue on my line of sadness with the next story, which is another tale of reset and sadness, which is Ubisoft. You've heard this. It seems like they've reset themselves. They're canceling a bunch of stuff. They're delaying some stuff. They're closing studios. My beloved Assassin's Creed, not Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, rather, seems to have got. What do you think, Everborn Saga? Is this also nothing much to do about nothing? I really love Ubisoft. Not Ubisoft of today, but Ubisoft of yore. I feel like this is them bowing out. What do you think?
I mean, we kind of knew this when they restructured after the Tencent investment. And they said that they wanted to separate like the larger IPs from these stuff, right? Like we kind of should have known this, right? Like, so it's been a long going story of kind of Ubisoft just failing and us wondering how they've been afloat. I think their market cap before this news was at like $1 billion, $1 billion. Right. And so they're gonna focus on the stuff that are surefire to make them money, and they unfortunately have to do that right now. But not to take us back, but Dorian Gray does make up a great point. He says
no, but I actually started that. I was gonna address it later. He is wrong, because even Valve with Steam Frame, which I will be pre-ordering, they're not offering any new software for it, which is very unusual for them. They usually offer software when they release hardware. This is the first time in VR land that they're releasing new VR headset without releasing software to make it look, hey, this is what it does, right? Which is another thing that doesn't bode too well for VR. You know, I will be there day one. I'm buying the Steam Frame. I'm a fan. But if Valve, the next big guys to release hardware, don't release any software with it, again, doesn't bode too well. It's a little concerning. That's all. You know, what you disagree with that, Everborn Saga?
No, but I think it's a fair point that like Valve is releasing a new VR specific headset. You could say, well, it's just to play flat games, but they are releasing it, so there will be investment there. But
oh yeah. From a hardware perspective, I know there will be. My question is, who will do so from a software perspective, since they are not doing it currently? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't always agree with Paris, but this time.
Yeah. Paris is here to tell me I'm wrong, even though he doesn't know what we're talking about. He's just assuming. Shout out to Paris. What's going on, brother?
Man has good intuition. What can I say?
Look. It's just worrying, man. You know, there's a lot of great like experiences there, and more it looks like, because not enough people know that, it's becoming fewer and far between, you know, and it's not financially advantageous for these guys to keep trying, you know. It's just sad. I get why they're doing it, of course. Money's got to be, you know, money's priority. I get it. I'm just very sad at the fact that it looks like the AAA experiences that used to be really great there may not be there anymore, right? We may not see that happening anymore, which is, to me, very sad.
I mean, I don't think we needed to see that happen anymore, because I don't think that the hardware was in a place to where you could really get, because it's a mobile chip in there, right? There's only so far you could go.
Yes, but that was the original pivot, right? Because the original version had you either have a mobile version or had the PC version that you could then connect to, right? And that still exists. But they first pivoted away from that because everybody wanted wanted wireless. And now even in the wireless place, now it's like, well, the hardware is not there because you're wireless. Yeah, because everybody wanted wireless. Had you stuck to what was originally the case, you could have had your 4090 backing it and you still have great experience.
Yeah, it's but how many people have the 4090? I don't know. I just think like that something needs to happen in VR that makes it so accessible. As I always say, like, can you give it to your grandparents? And if you can't, you're not going to hit critical mass. And if you don't hit critical mass, you're not going to get critical investment. And that's just and Meta was doing it in hopes of that happening. They've lost tens of billions of dollars on this stuff.
True. And although I will say Meta's UI just got good recently after they learned from iPhone or from Apple, right? That, like, before it was all right, but it just got actually good now, right? So with that in mind, my question to you, Everborn Saga, it looks like Steam with Steam Frame is literally putting big picture mode on your face now. Do you think that's what we need for it to get to critical mass? You are the big Steam big picture mode guy. Now they're literally putting it on your face.
No, because like, why you're not convincing people to put a big contraption on their face. Not unless they're like super enthusiasts of this stuff. And you need the casuals. And it's never been in a place. Listen, until they can get it to a place where it works like in Black Mirror, where it's just this little dot.
You just press a button and you're there. Yep.
Right.
Right.
We're not. We may never get there, but we're not there now. It's that
chicken and egg story. You know what I mean? Like to get there, you all need to invest in it now and have people enjoying it now to the point where they can revise. If you don't like it enough now, we'll never get to that place where it's tiny because nobody's.
What I will say is, what you can get people to put on their face is these AR glasses as they get thinner, right? This is the reason Meta's working with Ray-Bans. It's the reason they're trying to make a stylish bracelet, something that you won't look like a nerd wearing, right? And if you can get people used to that and having something on their face, then you can back into VR later. I think AR is something that is
and I agree with you by and large. I just think it's like, because of the way where we are going, it's like goodbye to gaming on this platform in the short term.
In the short term, yes.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, you know. This is a great place to game if you've ever experienced it. Like, if you really like, when they do it right, it's great. I just wish they spent more time there. You know, it is what it is.
It is a unique value prop that really nobody was meaningfully investing in. And, you know, seeing Meta move away from that just because they were carrying VR on their backs. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I know
indeed they were.
But they were.
Indeed they were. This is why I'm worried, because I know they were carrying VR on their back, right? Like, this is why I'm like, oh man, if the company that changed their name to Metaverse is moving away from VR, that's a problem. They changed their name to Metaverse, you know? So yeah, it is what it is. Okay.
Right, listen, really quick. I see this may or may not be a fun conversation, but I see Infinite Umbras in the chat, and we had a conversation in Discord yesterday, and it was about the upcoming game Wolverine.
Okay.
Now, if you like, there's been a track record right now of Sony releasing their games on PC, right? So you wouldn't be taking a far leap to say that Marvel's Wolverine will eventually make its way to PC. Never mind the fact that Nixus was there at the announcement.
Yes, sir.
If you are someone who decides to wait for Wolverine for when it comes to your preferred platform, which at the moment may be PC, are you being a fanboy just because you're waiting? Or must you
I see what you're doing.
Pray to the altar of Insomniac and Sony because they've graced you with a title day one on the PlayStation console?
I mean, for me, and I listened to this back and forth. I was not a part of it, but I listened to the back and forth. For me,
now let's also assume you have a PS5. but
sure.
you want,
but you have a place that you prefer to play.
Is that because you're a fanboy?
For me, it's about the level of hype of the game, right? I've done this, right? I was totally hyped for Ghosts of Yotai and Ghost of Tsushima, so I bought it on the PlayStation. And when it comes to PC, I will buy it again because I really enjoyed them, right? But if your level of hype versus your because look, we are gamers. At least this is how I approach it. We are gamers, meaning there's a 10-year-old living inside our head at any given moment. We're getting older and older, but that 10-year-old needs to be satiated and fed, right? That's what gamers do. We got to play that game, right? But you also are an adult. So the question when that moment presents itself, who wins, the 10-year-old in your head or the adult? And depending on the price or depending on the game, it might be the 10-year-old or the adult. You know what I mean? And there's no shame in it either way. It is what it is. So for me, it's not fanboyism. For me, it's the inner battle you do every time you see a great game, and you're like, yo, I'm a father. I have a job. I have responsibilities. Maybe I should just wait because this is my preferred platform versus buying it now because I want to be part of the zeitgeist today, only to then buy it later on my preferred platform later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do that all the time, me personally. You know.
So.
To the point where I've even debated Mr. Wolf and telling him, and I'll say it here on Front Street, I am not buying GTA 6 at $80. I will wait. I will.
So yeah, I think this is just I see Dorian Gray say FOMO does not live in my household, and that's really all we're talking about, right? Right? If you don't succumb to FOMO, then you're a fanboy. Like that's just a little weird to me, right? Yeah. So to me, I would say like there's a lot of games out there right now. We just talked about all of these other great games, and by the way, that does not mean Wolverine will not be a fantastic game. I will not speak ill of that game. What they showed looked good. But good games come out every day, B, to be honest with you. And so we just talked about not having enough time to play all the games that are out right now that are multi-platform. So if you get to a game that is not available on the platform you want to play on, but there's a bunch of other high quality substitutes, what is wrong, or what makes you a fanboy to say I'll wait till they come where I want to play it?
That's right. Oh, shout out to the great Pixelbit G. He says the $5 super chat. He says if you want to see Final Fight LNS on a 4-player arcade, like the greatest of devices, come check out the Discord. Oh, bro, he got it running on the arcade machine. I can't wait to see that. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Once I see him in the chat, I'm a name man. I don't like to speak ill of people who are not in my presence.
Yeah, he doesn't like shooting bullets he can't aim at. He needs to aim his bullets.
I always talk to people as though they were close enough to punch me in the face, or vice versa, if you don't act right. So when the individual gets here, I will say it to his face.
Now I will say, this, and this is a very interesting conversation. I will say the Great Infinite Umbra brought up other interesting conversations, which we will rehash here as well. And we will do that as part of the Developers Direct block. I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but oh boy, did he kick a hornet's nest. I'll just leave it at that. Well, you know what? I'll say he kicked a zesty hornet's nest.
All of that is probably because they used the same animation from when it was only the female character that they had.
Absolutely.
And now,
yes.
Now people, anyway.
Walkgate. That's what we're talking about right now. Walkgate. But yes, let's get into it.
They need a secondary male walk animation.
Indeed. But we will get into the Developer Direct. Just kind of rehash it. I by and large, I think it was a great direct. I liked the games I saw there. We're gonna pick it apart. But Everborn, what do you think? I know there were only a few games, right? There were rumors and speculation there'd be 6 or 7 or whatever. It ultimately ended up being 4, and there was no shadow drops or anything like that. What do you think?
I suspected it was going to be 5, and I had this weird. I get it. I knew it was far out there, but I had a tinfoil Koofy theory that the 5th game would have been State of Decay 3, and the reason for it was something stupid, which was I was watching Frontline. Shout out to King David, and he was saying, "Why is State of Decay 2 going on sale the day before the direct?" And I was like, "Could it be?"
So he was putting.
Yes, it was a far reach. It was a far reach, but I think the show was fine. For me, it was an 8, and only because while I've always respected Forza, I am not a racing game player, so it doesn't have me, hype in the way that a lot of other people are, because a lot of people love that game. Kiln is multiplayer, and it's too weird for me. And then Beast of Reincarnation, I guess, it looked fine. I'm gonna try it out.
Type of game.
Right. Yeah. So basically, this whole thing for me was Fable, and Fable made up for the rest that I didn't care about. So that's why I give it.
So you know what?
To me, Fable was 10 out of 10. I don't care about the walk, and I don't care about the frame rate dips, because I think I know I'll be playing it on a 4090, and I don't think I'll have too many issues with that. Now, there are some people that say, well, it's probably CPU bound because of how reactive the world is. And so you might be in like a Baldur's Gate situation where it doesn't matter what you're running on. It is going to buckle, especially in cities. But we'll see. We'll see what it does.
Yeah.
I will say this. I'll say this. If they can back up the claims they made about 1,000 NPCs that are all on their own cycles, and you can follow them around. Yeah, if that is correct, and the whole world reacts to you in that way, if there's a performance hit for that,
I'll take it.
Allow it.
I'll take it. That's right. Me too. Because that's the future.
Again, it can't be surface level reactivity, right?
Yeah, because the surface level reactivity has already happened. Surface level reactivity has already happened. If you remember Fable 1 and 2, they had that. Even a little bit of 3 had that, where people would respond to you. But it was very surface level. It wasn't as deep and as amazing as they're describing here. It was basically, Miss Duncan, the new head of studios at Xbox, did an interview with I think it was
GameSpot. That was a good interview, actually.
Very good, yeah. And he talked about a bit more of that. And it's like they literally took the original design documents from Lionhead Studios, and then they upped the ante on every idea they wanted to do. So all the ideas from most the ideas that are from the original Fable are here, right? They are here. It's just they've been upped to ridiculous levels where technology is today, not where it was when they first built it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's what here. Shout out to the great Fuzzy Belvedere, who's in the spot saying Beast of Reincarnation loop is exactly what Everwild should have been. Sir, I agree. I actually think it is a very Everwildy kind of thing. And remember, this is by the makers of Pokemon, so they know what they're doing when it comes to this stuff.
This is the thing. So it is visually pleasing or whatever. And obviously, these are the makers of Pokemon, so they know how to make an addictive game. It might be good. It didn't grab me,
but it may not be for you.
Right. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it didn't grab me for now. I'm still going to play it. I may completely about face on it, right? Because obviously these guys know how to make a game that grabs people. So
true. Yep. I will say this. Here's a little bit of slander that I've caught wind of. I'll just put this out here and then we'll move quickly along. Let me see if I can do this. Ready? Watch this. So we were talking real quickly about State of Decay 3. So somebody just felt the need to remind people.
Yeah, I hear you and I saw that. I hear you and I saw that. But that was Phil Spencer. Craig Duncan has not come out and made promises that he had to go back on yet. So I'm gonna take Craig Duncan at his word until he is proven to be a liar.
Okay, understood. I'm just putting it out there. Somebody made it seem like like Spencer was turning into Harrison. You know, I had to just put it out there.
I hear you, but this is another thing. Like, I don't understand. You got a showcase or direct, whatever you want to call it. This is a staple of January right now. Xbox created that. Every January, you got a show that's showing you what you're getting for the next year. They showed you 4 games in 4 quarters, not including their other bigger heavy hitters. And nobody else is showing you games this early in the year, and people still got reasons to complain. I don't think you people like games. I'm sorry. I don't think you do.
The legend says it might not even just be one. According to Jez, there might be another direct later this year. Just saying.
Listen, absolutely, and we know we got showcase, right? So again, like, if what people claim to care about was the games, now you got Xbox delivering all of these games. And now nobody's talking about the games. They're talking about what they didn't show and what they didn't do and what they canceled that was never announced. And I'm like, you guys are never gonna stop. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they put out. It doesn't matter the quality of what they put out. You mad, bro. And I'm just gonna make fun of you at this point. But
so Electron Bandit, $5 super chat. Salute to you for being here. Thank you for the support. He says, I agree. Fable's gonna be fire. Xbox is feeding its fans well. Even the ponies and donkeys, donkey unicorns are getting fed.
Ponies and donkeys. I want to know what fan base are the donkeys.
Yeah, I want to know what the donkey unicorns are.
Maybe that's that new next playground. Maybe the next playground fans are donkeys. I don't
know. Salute to you. I want to know more about that. Oh wow. There you go. Of course, Paris in here.
And if you know, but that is a quote from Succession. But yes.
But yeah, man. So let's dig into it a bit more here. Let's be just a bit more. So the first and foremost,
I have a question about reincarnation.
Yeah.
Could it, because it's positioned in the same way that Expedition 33 was positioned last year. Could Beast of Reincarnation be this year's Expedition 33? I'm going to say no from a story point, because they haven't showed me anything story-wise that seems to be on the level of Expedition 33. But they do have this very interesting slow down time mechanic. It is rich biomes. The visuals are pretty good, and the pedigree of the studio. I want to say the pedigree of the studio who's making it, but Game Freak ain't been doing great with Pokemon from a performance perspective. I mean, we'll see how
they do sell, right? But that's just Nintendo. But yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful, and the ideas are definitely on display. I don't like the character models necessarily; they're kind of generic. But the creature models are really inventive and creative.
You know what this is reminding me of now that I think about it? You remember that game from Square Enix with the it was like a fantasy isekai thing. It had the black girl. Do you know what I'm talking about? Came out at the beginning of the generation. Flopped really bad. They had to close the studio.
You're not talking Forspoken, are you?
Forspoken is exactly what I'm talking
about.
Nah. No, I'm just saying that in the way that it looks.
Well, this is my point. As a person who's played Forspoken, who owns Forspoken on PC, this is so much better than Forspoken. They literally just color hued the sky and made it a different color and went, it's a different continent. Like you could see the laziness on display at some points. You could see it. This looks really good from a world building perspective. It looks like
I'm giving it a shot. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I am planning on giving it a shot. But
and it didn't have a black lady with a bunch of tropes in it. So I'm you know what I mean?
I just have no expectations.
Yes, I agree. It reminds me more of Wild Hearts. Absolutely, because of the wolf and all of that. It reminds me more of Wild Hearts. Yes, Wild Hearts has the same visual style as this does. I agree with that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Being that this is Game Freak, I expect a lot of gotta catch 'em all energy, this animal, that kind of thing, and it looked like they give you some of that. So we'll see. Looks good.
Shout out to Starcasm. He has the trademark on Donkey.
Okay.
For rabid PlayStation fanboys. So
so ponies are the normal PlayStation fanboys. The donkeys are the rabid ones. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm learning, man.
You learn something new every day.
I'm learning. All right, so let's move on because you weren't a big fan of Reincarnation. I thought it was.
I did not dislike it though. I do want to be very clear about that. It is just not something that like
it's not for us.
I saw this and I'm like, oh my god.
It's not meant for us. Yeah. So I know you also don't tend to be a racer. How did Forza Horizon 6 grab you?
It looked amazing, but if I didn't play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds or Mario Kart World, I don't think I'm going to play this.
Are you serious? Come on.
I barely played Forza Horizon 5. It doesn't. That's not that it doesn't look amazing. Some games you got to appreciate from afar.
Okay.
And this is one of those games for me.
Yep. I'll give you that. I do love this game. I think it's beautiful. I usually average about 30, 40 hours. And it's funny. I actually checked my stats on the previous versions. Every Forza Horizon game averages around the same time. I don't finish it, but eventually I lose interest. And it's always right around the 30, 40 hour mark. Right there.
I didn't know this was a game
Fuzzy,
that you could finish.
I'm sorry, Fuzzy. Forgive me. Fuzzy's like blasphemous. Anyway, shout out to the great Fuzzy Belvedere. So, okay. I think the game is beautiful. I think it looks great. Oh,
hey, Lucius, I didn't say I wasn't going to buy it. I just said I wasn't going to play it.
But honestly, graphically, I think this looks absolutely incredible. It looks really good. Now, of course, the first thing I heard people say is, they're probably showing you 4090 footage, which probably, who knows?
Wait, hold on. Wait. I need to talk about that. This was something I wanted to talk about, right?
Okay.
Now that they are there's no more debating about it. You shouldn't be crying about it as a fan. You shouldn't be using it for ammo as a fanboy.
Okay.
They are multi-platform. No ifs, ands, or maybes.
Sure.
There is no reason to show these things on a console. Show it on a 5090 or the best thing you could show it on because you are multi-platform. No, I don't even want to say. Honestly, I am disappointed when I see them show it on the console version because they're not showing it in the best light that it could be in. How about that?
You know what? Actually, after this was all out there, they did say 60 frames on both console and PC. So there's that.
That's cool.
They're still working on it.
But they should when they're showing it, I say you show it in the best light.
Yeah, I agree. Right? So on PlayStation, that is PS5 Pro.
The reality is Xbox is a platform they support now. It is not the main platform.
And then Paris disagrees with you. He said they should show a console version.
Show that separately. I want to see it in the best light because I'm playing on the 4090. And if I can mortgage my house to 50,
Zach is asking you. Isn't that false advertising though?
For who?
I disagree.
For who?
I disagree.
I'm playing on 4090. That don't matter.
What we are now having is a
hold on. Most folks aren't playing on the Xbox, so should they show you PlayStation whenever they're showing you the game?
Well, damn.
No, let's talk about it. We have the conversation.
Oh, damn.
Let's have the conversation.
Paris, you have the link if you want to come and debate him in IRL. But that is a good statement. If they have to adhere to the largest audience, then why should they not show you PlayStation footage since that's where everybody's going to play anyway? Damn, that's a good one. I like that.
Show the games on PC.
Look, I don't disagree with you that they should show the games in the best light possible, but I also think that the cautionary tale of Cyberpunk has brought about the idea that everyone wants to at least see console footage before the thing comes out, right? So to your point, if you're showing it, show the best footage available. Absolutely. Absolutely. But if you're gonna if it's going to be playable everywhere on all those other platforms, it's in your best interest to also show those platforms, right? To let those who know they're going to play it that, hey, this is what it will look
best
to avoid that
I can
cyberpunk.
give you guys in the debate is if you have multiple shots so people know what it's going to look like on the best PC hardware, and then have a little janky frame rate robbed Vaseline texture console version and say, hey, this is
what he's doing. You see what he's doing? You see what he's doing?
If that's what you want to do.
He's literally doing that just for you guys, man. He's doing that just to mess with all of you guys. No, sir, stop doing that. Be nice. What are you doing? Paris, if you want to debate, it's in the chat, sir. It's in your DMs. Come join us. The great VG Fight School's in here. He says a balance is necessary. If it runs like it did on X and S on Xbox One, then expectations are already set.
Oh, man. Listen, they are a multi-platform publisher. You want to show the game in the best light. So show the game in the best light. Because what I will say is the frame rate issues that we saw from Fable, if that is because they were showing you console footage, I don't know what they were showing you. But if that's what that was, then you should have showed it on beefier hardware so it looks smooth and people have a better first impression.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like I get what you're saying, right? Since they're wrapping their arms around, yes, absolutely he is.
This is not about this is not about me being a PC snob. No, this is nothing to do with me being a PC snob. I am only saying show the game in the best light. I'm not saying this because I happen to have a decent PC. I don't have in the bedroom. I don't got a 5090. I got a 4090. I'm just saying show the game in the best possible light for the first time you see it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with Mr. Everborn Saga, but I also agree with Starcasm. He is a PC snob. Absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. I will not take any notes. No retort. He is a PC snob. Let's move forward. But okay. He says, hide your money, Everborn. He said, poor people around. God damn. I love that, Dave Sapelski. Anyway, so go ahead, continue. Oh, man.
They're a multi-platform publisher. That's all I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. When EA shows you a game, what platform should they show it on?
Exactly. Well, they show you on PlayStation usually because it's where most people.
They be showing you stuff on PC when you first see it. You see them games in the best light. Same thing with Ubisoft. When they first showed you Assassin's Creed, you wasn't like, is it showing to us on a PlayStation or Xbox? No, you just wanted to see how it looked because it's going to be in all those places.
True. Look, again, I agree with Everborn Saga. They definitely should show the best footage. I think he's both. He's both. He is because what CEG is basically a PC with a controller in your hand. He is a PC snob. Let's keep it moving. Okay. CEG is a PC with a controller in your hand. That's what that is. Stop the cap.
The experience, sir. It is about the experience. Console experience gamer. I don't know why I got to keep explaining. Keep going.
Well,
Did we get Paris the link? I have not debated Paris.
It's in the link. Paris has a link on both places.
I don't know about what.
With Lucius, that if you're selling us hardware, you need to show us the game on the hardware. So that's where I agree that it should show it on the console. But to your point, Everborn Saga, because they're also showing it in their PC store, they now have effectively wrapped their arms around the PC. So showing it on PC is also fair game for them. I do agree.
I got you then. So why don't they show us all the games on the Series S? Why not?
Right? Yeah.
Show it on the Series S. People got that. They're selling that.
Yep. You know, it is what it is. Oh, see, now VG is getting a little wild. He's like, have you noticed? Have you noticed how Paris hasn't joined yet? And as soon as Paris joins, he's sitting on some heavy NDA stuff and can't risk speaking. Paris, what do you think, sir? You sitting on some NDA stuff? What's going on?
But is it a requirement for them to show the stuff on the Series S? Because if they showed it on Series X, nobody would complain. And they forget.
Okay.
We hear you now.
We hear you now.
I don't think y'all can hear me.
No, we do. We hear you
now. We hear you, sir.
You hear us.
He may not hear us. Yeah, he may not hear us.
Give me 1 second. I have technical difficulties. I know, but give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Not a problem. Do you think?
Probably joining from the console version of Discord.
Stop it. Pixabit G with a 2000 check. He says, "Stop playing. Xbox ain't selling no hardware." And then
okay, I should be good now.
All right, yeah, we hear you.
Good morning, real quick. He says, "Good morning, Graybeards. Even though my Sega cousin's being on a PC snob, I think he's right. Show us in the best light." I agree. Thanks. Shout out to the great Paris Lily. What's going on, Paris? How you doing?
Happy New Year, man. We haven't talked since last year.
I know. Happy New Year. Good morning to all y'all. I'm only going to be on super brief because I literally was grabbing breakfast. So I was like, give me a minute and I'll come back. I'm just going to say my piece and I'm out. So, Everborn, you are being PC elitist. Because here's the thing. As someone who is directly affected by a company not showing the console version of a game, I learned my lesson December 10th, 2020. To this day, I still get crap about the yellow chair.
Remember the hour?
You know what I'm saying? Because CD Projekt Red obviously was showing off the PC version. They briefly showed the console version, but they only showed the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro version. They never showed the baseline consoles. Since that point, I am of the opinion and look, I get an initial reveal, it's fine, show the greatest version, whatever. But during the lead up to launch, you need to show every version of the game on the platforms that it's going to be on. Because to your PC elitist point, not everybody has a 4090. Not everyone's going to be able to play it at the highest fidelity. So let's just take Fable as an example. Yes, I want to see it running on a 4090, 5090. I want to see it on the Series X. I want to see it on the Series S. I want to see it on the PS5 Pro. I want to see it on the PS5. I want to see different versions of that game so that I know what it's going to look like and at what frame rate it's going to be on my platform of choice.
Can I just add? I think that is for the lead up for when people get early.
Yes, I'm still sitting in a yellow chair. Y'all really need to stop with this nonsense. Seriously. Seriously. It was 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
I keep telling you, Paris, you just own it. They mad because they didn't get the yellow chair. Listen,
I know.
The thing is this. What I am saying is, what if showing it on the consoles is what you do when you give it to the media later for them to do their reviews?
I disagree.
And then people can know.
I disagree.
Tell us why.
Because not everyone's going to go to digital. I'm walking away. Sorry. Not everyone's going to go to Digital Foundry. Not everyone's going to go to IGN. So they're going to go by what they see Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo shows you, or whoever publisher. Doesn't matter. It is their responsibility to show it on every platform, not a media site.
Yep, I agree. I agree with that.
I disagree. This is what I give you.
But what? Okay, no. Hold on. Let's dive in on.
Yes.
So you don't think it is Xbox's responsibility to show a console version of their game?
I think that now that they are a third-party publisher and Xbox is no longer their main selling platform, that they should just show the game in the best light as everyone else would. Okay. But I do believe in transparency, so it should be labeled, unlike what CDP are.
So EA should only show the PC version of Battlefield 6.
In the beginning, yeah.
Again, I'm not saying the initial reveal. The initial reveal, of course, you want to make it look pretty.
I think we're all in agreement on that. I think we're all in agreement.
What I'm saying is, before the game comes out, before people are committed to spending money on a game, it is that publisher's responsibility to show a different version of the game. That's what I'm saying. Every version of it.
Now, should they? For example, should they be required to show their games running on the Xbox Ally?
Yes, I was actually meant to bring that up as well. I think that's a thing now. You should show what it looks like on a handheld.
Yep. Since you're now trying to sell it to handhelds,
so many things that they're supporting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look,
man.
But see, Everborn, you don't have to be wrong in order for Paris to be right. right? I agree with both.
No, it's a zero-sum game, Kay.
No, it's not. It's not, right? You can show the very first time you show it, it can be pristine and beautiful and amazing. But throughout the life cycle before the game actually hits shelves, there's so many opportunities to show that game, right? At some point, I need to see Series X footage. Series S.
So again, another example of this. So you think Xbox should not show Forza Horizon 6 on the Series S?
They definitely should. Should.
I don't think they need to. I mean, I'm saying people should see it. Hold on, let me answer you. People should see it, but that's up to Digital Foundry and these other guys to do.
I completely disagree. Because what if Digital Foundry decides not to do it? It's not their responsibility to show it on every platform. It is the publisher's responsibility to show it on every platform.
So wait a minute. Since we're going down that road, and I will concede that Lucius made a great point. If you show it in high settings first, then you end up with stuff like Puddlegate, and then people will say the game got a downgrade. I will give you that. That is a fair point. I will not run away from that. However, how many different specifications can someone have on their PC and they have a wildly different experience? Is it the responsibility of the developer to show all graphics cards from the 1080 to the whatever?
That isn't my argument.
Released it on PC.
That isn't my argument. My argument is consoles. There's different versions of consoles, which is a set spec. Sure, the PC, you're whatever, but I do think, just speaking of PC, I do think there's a responsibility to show what it looks like running on a Steam Deck or on an Ally X as an example. PC, there's too many variables. It's impossible to show every variable of that. But there's two versions of an Xbox. There's two versions of a PlayStation. There is a responsibility to show both of those versions.
Here's a question I have for you guys. Could we thread the needle in this way where what they show officially is the best footage available, but before launch they make the same trailers or the same visuals available with each one labeled Series X, the same trailer, Series S, same trailer, and it's just all available on their channel? You want to go see which version, you go there and you find it. Would that thread it better, or must they put it on a show and display it?
No, right? I tend to lean to what you're saying.
Has everybody, right?
Because in the dev directs and the showcases, of course you're going to show it in the best light. But what I'm saying is, you need to make a version available to the public so that they have an informed decision before they buy the game. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Yes, I completely agree. Look, they shouldn't put it on the Keeleys, or they shouldn't put it on Front Street when they're showing it. I agree with you, Everborn. It should be 50/90 footage. But on their channel, if you are interested in that game, there should be one labeled Xbox One. There should be one labeled Series. There should be ones X and S. Whichever version, it should all be there.
Not be ready yet, right? So if you have that requirement that you have to have.
What we're talking about between the day of showing and the day of release. At some point, there should be each version represented there. At some point, doesn't have to be day one, but I would agree with that. You don't?
I mean, sure. I think we all got into this because we're talking about the first showing of it, right? Yes. I might be taking a hard line that just showed on PC. That's more the tongue-in-cheek thing. I'm saying Fable should have been showed on a 50/90 is what I'm saying. That was the point of this conversation right now.
Oh, and I do not disagree. And I'm gonna have to wrap this up, so I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get out real quick. But I don't disagree with that. The Dev Direct, of course. I don't think Xbox at this point, to what you said, having games on multiple platforms, the PC version is going to be the best looking one. So of course, just show the PC version. Clearly they're headed that direction anyways, right? I don't have a problem with that. All I'm saying is, you still have consoles. There's still tens of millions of owners out there. You need to show that version to them. Plus the fact that you're putting on PlayStation, you have a responsibility to the PlayStation audience to show what it looks like on a PlayStation 5 and a Pro as well. Let me say this last thing, and I'm going to drop out. I appreciate y'all having me up. So obviously Dev Direct happened, and I think y'all briefly touched on this. Don't take these online people seriously. The people that are doing Beacom yoga stretches to complain about Fable or Beast and Reincarnation or Kill, whatever. The games look great.
Yeah.
I'm honestly genuinely excited to get hands-on with all of them. They told you at the beginning, the games are still in development. This is not a final representation of the game. So if they had frame rate issues or, I know, shout out to Umbra, the male character kind of walked a little funny.
We're going to get there.
They got time. They got time to still resolve it. Now, if it launches and there's these things, of course you complain, but to see people trying to complain, like I had people giving me crap because I genuinely think Forza Horizon 6 and Fable, those are 2 Game of the Year contenders just off of what we saw. You can't say that. You can't say that. People say that about Grand Theft Auto 6. So can
Forza
I not
Horizon
say that too?
6, really? You think Forza Horizon 6 is the Game of the Year contender?
IGN gave Forza Horizon 5 Game of the Year.
Sure. But yeah, true. True.
All I know is this. In our hold on, let me say this. All I know is this. In our kind of funny fantasy draft, Mike had the number 1 pick. He took Forza Horizon 6 and no one better than I.
Okay.
Because Forza Horizon 6, take Call of Duty out of it. Call of Duty is its own thing. Forza Horizon 6 will be Xbox's biggest game in 2026. That's where that franchise is now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's a strong claim, but the numbers back you up.
That's my point. The numbers say it.
Well, see, the reason I asked,
question. I do wait. Hold on.
People used to call it niche.
I do want to ask Paris one final question before he goes. Right.
Okay.
We understand the multi-platform strategy, whatever. Right. But we also understand that for technical reasons or whatever it is, Forza comes to Xbox and PC first. Does it move units on Xbox console hardware, or do people with PlayStations just wait?
They wait. And Forza Horizon 5 proves that people on PlayStation will wait. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing. But yeah, you'll have people that obviously still buy it on Xbox. I think you're going to see a lot. I think it's the number 1 pre-order on Steam right now. Matter of fact, you're going to see a ton of people get it on PC. And then, when it comes to PlayStation, you're going to see people that only have a PlayStation jump on Forza Horizon 6.
So no, I want to ask that question that Aaron asked, because it's related to what you were just talking about. He's asking, why is it that they focused on less SKUs with a genre they're comfortable with, that being Forza Horizon, but going completely multi-platform with a genre they have never been used to.
Go to Game Radar. Craig Duncan, who is now the head of Xbox Game Studios, explains why. And it's something I've said for the past couple of years. Not every studio is built and has the resources to develop on multi-platforms all at once. The ones that can will. The ones that don't won't. So this is why you're seeing clearly they put all their resources toward Fable. It's been a development along. And again, I'm guessing at this point, but it seems to me that Playground had more resources to get Fable day and date, whereas Forza Horizon 6, they didn't. So that's why you're seeing a slight delay.
They also built Fable with a new team. Like they built a new team to build Fable, and they probably brought in people
if you
had that expertise.
Yeah, makes sense.
No, and I see in the thing, Forza might be the last game time. I'm telling you, go read that interview with Craig Duncan on Games Radar. He explains why this will not be the last time you see a game focus on Xbox first and then come to PlayStation later. It really just comes down to studio resources. Seriously. Other than that, every game is going to be multi-platform at some point.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
All right, I'm going to go eat, so I'm going to drive down, but
thank you, Paris.
I will be listening.
Here, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Catch y'all later.
Later. VG Fight School, he says, okay, let's see if I can put a bow on this. Sarah Bond said that Xbox consoles provide a target for their developers. Xbox Update 2024. It's okay to show the games on a beefy PC and talk about PC settings, but if they're going to neglect the Xbox showing for the consoles, then the implication is Xbox is lying. I agree with that. They have to show the consoles, some of it at some point, since that this is one of those things that people are looking for.
All right, let me. We'll just put the bow on this and say the thing that we all agree on. when you first see it, show it on the best hardware.
Show the best. We agree on that. I agree on that.
Yes. No, not everybody agrees on that, because you will deal with people who are saying it's a downgrade when they see it on the console. So there is some risk there.
Sure, that is true.
I still think the risk is worth it.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? The downgrade is just that it's on the console, right? Like, it's just don't show it day one, like on the PC, big amazing footage, and then wait until it comes to retail before you see it on the console. Then yeah, that's exactly what you'll hear. Oh, it's a downgrade.
Now I do have to say,
during the marketing cycle, at some point you need to show the console version.
I do have to say that I think it was Gentle Stone. This is all coming up because of how Fable came out. Who's to say they weren't showing Fable on a big beefy PC?
Yeah, who knows? We don't know that.
Could just not be optimized yet in the development cycle.
That's right. Absolutely. Lucius, $5 super chat. He says showing it in the best light now is how you get Cyberpunk, right? Not showing the console version of a game is detrimental to the game. Absolutely. Cyberpunk taught us that, right? Paris Lily learned that lesson the hard way, So I do agree that before it hits the hands of consumers, there must be somewhere that you can go and see all the versions of it. Whether it's on Front Street, whether it's you having to go and find the channel that shows the Xbox version or whatever, it needs to be available somewhere, right? Even if it's them showing the 5090 version at the Keeleys, but you having to go to the YouTube channel to find the Series S version, it still needs to be available somewhere before retail, But yeah, I think we should leave that there. But that's a good conversation. I do think more should be spilt there. We might rekindle that during the.
I also believe. Well, the last thing I'll say about it is that practically, they do give these games to the media, and the media does cover these games, so it will get covered.
But it shouldn't be the media's responsibility. It should be the publisher's responsibility. I agree with Paris on that.
But they do give it to the media, and the media does cover these things.
True.
If it's not the media's responsibility, then don't give the media nothing. Right?
Well, no. Look, the media has the responsibility.
The reality is the media is going to cover these things, and it's mutually beneficial for the developer and the media, and it will get covered.
As a publisher, you can't rely on that, because if you do and they don't do that, it's still mud in your eye, right? Because Cyberpunk was that example, right? And they didn't show them in time.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk, they did that on purpose.
But even in the instances where people saw that it wasn't great, they didn't call it out because they were like, oh well, it's unfinished. When it's done in retail, it'll be good anyway. So because of that, they didn't even speak on it, right? You can't expect them to do their job if you don't do yours. Do yours and let them do theirs as well, which means you'll get double the coverage, But yes, more to come there. I think this is a very ripe conversation. Shout out to the great Aaron. We need to talk more about that on Discord. I have to ask you specifically about Kiln here. Kiln is a game that as I understand it, was incubated many years ago in one of their game jams. So it's been kind of it was kind of announced 10 years ago, if you will. That's when people first heard about the idea of Kiln. And here it is right now. Oh, I see you laughing. Lucius says,
no, it was this one. This is what I was laughing at.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what he does. Paris, the Discord, he fights for his life. It is what it is. This is what he does. Well, not only him. There are a lot of people fighting for their life in the Discord, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, okay. So what do you think of Kiln? I've heard a lot of, this is not, I've heard folks say that they expect more from Xbox, that this is not.
It's not for you. It's not for you. Do we understand the depth and breadth of what was showed at this Dev Direct, right? Hold on real quick. They showed a racing game. They showed a JRPG. They showed a third-person over-the-shoulder action adventure RPG, whatever. And then they showed this all across the board in all different times of the year. If one of the games wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. What do you mean you expected better? They had variety. The better that you expected was Forza, and you got that. The better you expected was Fable, and you got that. So if they got a studio that focuses on making these eclectic kind of games, let them do it. It ain't for me. I have no interest in it, but I'm not mad that they showed it. I'm glad it exists.
This is exactly the point I was going to make. Exactly. And to the great MJ Dark, he says Kiln looks like a game I will try with my kids and have fun. I wholeheartedly agree. It looks like Human Fall Flat. It looks like Fall Guys energy. It has there's this game with pigeons where they're all running around and doing crazy stuff. Like my kids and I play that stuff all the time. My kids love what's the game with the llama that runs around? It's literally a sheep it's like the I think it's by the guys who made Octopath Traveler. Octodad Traveler. Octodad, right? Goofy, ridiculous games that clearly aren't for me or for you or maybe for the people like that love those AAA games that you were looking for. But I am telling you, this game is going to hit with a subset of the audience. May not be the ones that are watching.
I will agree that a better name for Kiln would have been Potheads.
Oh man! but then the audience you're going for, you're not gonna get that. You know what I mean?
I would argue that that's the people who made this game the way it looks, but you should have called it Potheads. Missed opportunity.
That's right. Yes. No. I wasn't talking about Octodad, Path Travel. I'm talking about Octodad. You know, the one with the weird like tentacles for hands and legs when you're walking around. Yeah, that's the game they play. Right, and this speaks to that energy. No one's going to be putting that on Front Street. No one's going to be literally, this is our AAA feature. Which I do see some people, talk potentially about. Hey, your audience that's playing that's watching this developer direct. Maybe you should have calibrated it better. This is not the audience for this. I can hear that, but it's still a quality game that I think will do well. I think it will do well. Maybe not with the audience that was watching it. But I do think
it's definitely nobody else is making a game like this right now, so it could it could turn into something. And we've seen Fall Guys blow up. We've seen what's the other one with the imposter thing? I can't remember the name of it, but the point is these random multiplayer party games can blow up. It's going to be about how much the streamers have fun with it, how much people get together with their families and like it. So, and I do agree, the real missed opportunity is Switch. Shout out to Fuzzy Belvedere.
Yeah, it should have been on Switch. Yes. They should have announced it to Switch, and it could go right. It could go to Switch, right? Oh, he's saying Lucius is saying that the word Among Us. Yes, Lucius is saying that the word is killing us, brothers. It's called kiln. Am I saying it right? Kiln.
I thought they pronounced it kiln, but I heard people saying killin.
No, it's kiln.
This is what I'm saying. Kiln.
Yeah. But yes, it seems like it's getting the better of many people here. But yes, look, most of these studios, most of these big publishers are not putting stuff like this out there. Even if they're making it, they're not putting it out on Front Street like that. Right. So I commend them for doing this. I think this is great. It won't be for every audience, but I'm sure it'll be for some subset of audience members. Right. I bet your kids will love this if they play your Xbox. My kids, I know, will love this. So yeah, I'm good with it. I imagine it will be something that we talk about a bit more as it comes to release. All right, so let's move on from Kiln, because I know we're here to talk about the game that we're here to talk about, which I really want to get.
We do need an on the real minute, but we'll do it at the end, I guess.
Yes, we will.
We got to talk about that Masters of the Universe trailer, but
sure. So this basically is the trailer and the talking for Fable, which clearly looks like one of the developers looks like Daniel McGee. If you don't know, this dude looks so much like Daniel McGee. It's crazy how much he looks like Daniel. But okay, Everborn Saga, sir. I know this is what you care about. How did this hit you? How did this grab you? What did you expect when you walked into Fable? I mean, yeah. What did you expect when you walked into Fable? And you saw what you saw. I mean, we've seen the trailers lightly, but now they really peeled back the layer and showed you real stuff. What do you think?
I loved everything I saw with Fable. I did not have an issue that you had the female character, although she's giving me young Aloy vibes right there with the big head as a child. Aloy was an ugly baby. But anyway,
Stop
she was.
We're not talking about Aloy.
That's
right
why
now.
the town shunned her. But anyway, forget it.
That's why the town shunned. You didn't play the game, sir. That's not why.
I did play the game. I got like 20 hours in the first. Anyway, we're talking about Fable. The point is, it looks fantastic. Everything they said is exactly what I wanted to hear. I did not play Fable 3. I barely touched Fable 2, but I was really into Fable 1. And I just feel like they got everything I remembered about Fable. And then it looks next gen. Now, I will say that every time they were showing combat, it felt like a little sparse. It didn't feel like there's just enemies all around you, but
oh, your audio just kind of got a little.
How are we doing? How are we doing now?
Try again. No, you're good. You're good. Try again.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I loved what I saw. I love the different biomes. I love the visuals. Now I thought you were gonna call out the hair cards because I remember when we was talking about the Game of Thrones game, hair cards did not do it.
Yeah.
But
real quick, everyone. Before, I don't mean to interrupt, but you were talking about the combat, and the great Colt Eastwood basically stitched together all the combat we saw in this in a minute and whatever half video to show you what the combat looks like. So we'll talk. Keep going, but this is the combat. Continue, sir.
So, but again, they're doing all the things we need them to do. To me, this is all going to come into how it is tied together.
I solely 100% agree with Fuzzy here. It felt a lot like Hogwarts. I know you didn't play much of Hogwarts. This looks so much like Hogwarts. Oh man.
Yeah, but you're not using a little girly wand. You have a sword and you have axes and hammers.
Coming from the man who didn't play the game, so doesn't know how it feels. Stop it.
I did play the game. I have a couple hours in it.
Great.
Sir.
It felt great. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you got swords. People are saying Witcher. And they're saying avowed combat, but I don't see you sleeping on any rocks. So they are winning in my book.
So as far as the Witcher 3 combat, as I hear it, there is at least a combat designer that worked on the Witcher 3 on this team. So
now here is the interesting thing, right? Like when I am anti-wand. I don't deny it. You that's the truth. That's the God honest truth.
Anti-wand.
We need swords, we need hammers, we need battle axes, we need staffs. What we don't need is little baby
magic.
Wands.
We don't need magic. We just need swords.
No, magic is fine. Magic is fine, but
where's the magic come out of? Wands.
No, people have magic in their hands. They have magic staffs.
They channel wands. See, as Paris confirms, yes, CDPR combat dev went to Playground for Fable. So if you are feeling Witcher 3 vibes, this could explain why. Continue.
So no, I loved it, and I thought that this was going to be like sort of open zoned and not open world, but they're saying full open world. So that means all of these different biomes are stitched together.
Yep.
And
you could go there right early on in the game. They say you can just go wherever you want.
You speak of the devil and he arrives. Slow-mo, you missed it. I don't know if we got time to come back to it, but we were having that discussion about you saying that unless you support every Sony game on day one, then you're a fanboy. But we can come back and talk about that later.
I don't think that's how he framed it, but okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't here to defend himself. So what are we going to do? All right.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I loved what I saw. The biggest thing that I saw that I knew people would complain about is the frame rate. And this is how we got on that conversation that they should have showed it on PC. And I do understand maybe they did show it on PC. But like, how do you feel about the combat versus when you're walking around in the world? Do you feel like you see enough enemies, or do you feel like are the battles going to be few and far between, or will there be enemies everywhere you go? What do you think that's gonna be like? So
honestly, what I see in this game right now, what I'm looking at, I am not taking as, oh, this is taken from the end product that that's being played, and there's only 2 guys that you're fighting right now, right? This is the first time they're really showing you any piece of it. I don't think anything you see right now is in stone, right? I just think this is them showing you, like, giving you the best flavor yet of what they're working on. Doesn't mean that what you're looking at here is direct footage from a story in game, right? So if I see the world is a little sparse, or there's only 1 character you're fighting, or there's only 2 or 3 of them walking around, I don't judge that until I see it in retail and end result. I expect a bustling village, right? And obviously, as you watch this stuff, it's not bustling. Even in their footage, it's kind of sparse here and there.
No, but it again, did when you were in the kingdom, right? When
you were
in
the kingdom, there was, yes. But I guess what I'm saying, the point I'm making is nothing I see here right now I'm judging, because I don't know if this is a vertical slice or actually a piece of the game. I suspect it's a vertical slice, right? Which will still be tuned while they go along, right? They're going to still continue to tune this, right? If I see it exactly like this with 1 enemy here or there in retail, I may say, yeah, I wish there was more. But today, right now, I see no issue.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a vertical slice, because there's so much variety in the biomes.
Yeah,
and you usually don't see a vertical slice that has so much. Different.
I guess what I mean by that is, I don't think they've locked code yet. A lot of this can change. None of this is cement.
I think they would have to have kind of locked it if it's coming out. If it is in fact coming out this year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because if it is just 2 people on the screen at any given time or whatever, I do think people will go, hey, come on now, it should be more, but whatever. I don't think that this represents the end of the retail version of the game. It could be a recent build, as Fuzzy's pointing out, right? But I don't think it represents, like, okay, this is exactly what you get when you play the game. I think you'll get more polish, right? This is the first time they're really showing it to you. So I'm not going to like give it slander because maybe there's only a few people in the world right now. You know what I mean?
But
what I saw, I like.
Where do you stand on the potential for a delay?
Oh, that's a very touchy subject, right?
And if it is delayed with a specific date that tells you it's to avoid GTA 6, are you okay with that? Or is it just more smoke for another delay?
So to what Paris was just saying, right? If you read that article about basically from Tim Duncan about all the various things that Xbox is doing right now, he basically said that they are paying attention to where GTA will fall and working accordingly. So could it potentially get delayed or moved because of GTA? I can see that, right? If you think about it, what's the name of the game? Silk Song, right? Silk Song pushed, because of Silk Song, 6 games moved out of the way.
As they should.
I think GTA will move out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, I think people will move out of the way of GTA if need be. So if you're moving out of the way of Silk Song, I'm okay with you moving or delaying or moving out of the way of GTA 6. You're just trying to get people to buy the game.
So I don't have an issue because there's already too many games to play, right? But I would like to ask those that have been justifiably critical of them. Would you be mad?
I chose the wrong Duncan. My bad. Rodimus called me out. Tim Duncan is the basketball player. Craig Duncan is the one I'm talking about.
I'll ask Slow-Mo and Major, the resident Xbox haters. Would you be up? I'm just messing with you guys. I don't believe that. I'm messing with you guys. But Slow-Mo and Major, if it is delayed, is that an issue or is it smart?
Yeah.
Is it like, oh, they can't ship a game, or is it, listen, get out of Dodge, GTA's coming?
I mean, you can't hang that.
And you can also use GTA as an excuse if technically you're not ready yet, too.
No, but you can't hang. They can't release a game around Playground. They are prolific game releasers.
Listen, they're not gonna delay Forza. You could put Forza out against GTA. Yeah. You can't put Fable out. I don't think it's wise.
Slow-mo says he's fine with the delay. It's not an issue. See, that makes sense. It does. I mean, come on now. This is GTA we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I would not like a delay because I don't have plans on playing GTA. So like give me this while everybody's playing GTA, but I get it.
Yeah. I get it as well. Like again, I'm not even
like if I'm choosing one, it would be Fable.
Yeah, I agree. So
but now what do you say to the idea that if they delay it, it would be the third delay? That's gonna people are gonna be concerned.
It is the third delay. It is the third delay. It is indeed the third delay. Are we then in general like upset? They're delaying the game too much? I mean, how many times have they delayed the GTA? Twice now, right?
Might be a third time. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And Lucius says he wouldn't hate a delay either. He's looking forward to it this year, but he wouldn't hate a delay. It is what it is. I can understand that.
I do agree with that. I do agree with Slow-mo. Taravangian Backslap said something smart this time. If you know, you know. But all will be forgiven if the game is good when it comes out. Like people can complain about a delay, but if it hits when it comes out, it don't matter.
Yep. Let's stop for just a moment, because before we move on from Fable, let's stop for just a moment and give it the air it deserves. And what air am I talking about? I'm talking about Walkgate. Let's pay attention right now. Right now. So we see the female character walking. There's also the male character walking. The great Infinite Umbra was so taken aback by the way this was working that he felt the need to reach out to Xbox and to the developer, the lead developer himself, and just warn him that although it looks like it's a good game, the walking is just a little bit. What's the word? How do we put it? Zesty.
What the young people say, zesty. Now here's the thing. Here is the thing. I think they just kept the same animation right now. They don't have the male walk animation yet.
Damn.
Ooh, the great insecure Umbra, according to Twitter.
Damn. Wow.
And I think they just also I do listen, I will not lie. That is how I picture one of those royal you're watching a fantasy movie and one of those like I feel like that's how Joffrey walked, right? Like the rich, like you can become titled a rich twat in this game, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I feel like that's how a rich twat would walk.
Okay. I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something.
Now,
I think you're onto something with that. Yes.
Now the question though is, what if you're somebody that's from the slums and evil? Do you get a different walk? Depending on where your character is and how you've evolved that character.
About that, an addendum to what we're talking about here with Walkgate is that they will not have physical representation of morality this time around. So Fable as we know it, and this has been confirmed by them after this showcase, Fable as we know it, if you play the old Fables, they have physical manifestation of your good or your evil. You'll get angel wings, you'll get horns, depending on good or bad behavior decisions you make, it reflects differently in game. In this game, it won't reflect physically, but it will reflect in how people treat you, right? So everyone will hear about your exploits, and all the NPCs, which there are 1,000+ NPCs to my understanding, and they will all speak insanely in depth. They supposedly have their own cycles in the world. They wake up, they go to work, they have their family. You can literally follow each and every one of them, and they all have their own cycles, and they will all speak with you. It sounds like a crazy AI-backed future. That's what it sounds like. We'll wait to see what it all ultimately turns into. But what do you think, Everborn? Like, did this grab you, or was this just kind of like much ado about nothing as far as
I mean, you have to have a very keen eye to see it, but once someone who does have that keen eye points it out, it's hard to unsee. But again, I think everything we saw from this game originally, there was a female character, and I think that's what the walk animation came from. And so that's what you have now. I don't think it matters one way or the other. It's not going to bother me, but I wouldn't be surprised if they added a different walk for if you choose a male or female character.
So I put a poll in the chat because we about that slander today. It just seems like we just about that slander today, and it's a very simple, goofy poll.
Somebody said they put a poll in the walk of the character, but anyway,
the poll is Fable #Walkgate. Your choices are Umbra is right, I don't see it, Pitchfork time, or it's no big deal. Where do you fall, ladies and gentlemen? And by the way, because we are about
listen, honestly, I just think I don't think it's a big deal. I just think it's funny.
I think it's hilarious. Seek out the Infinite Umbra's Twitter page. Follow him because he's a great follow. And also go read the comments in this thing. It goes off the rails heavy. Some people go too far with it. Some people are, crazy and whatever. But I think Umbra did it all in good faith, and it's funny, and all that. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But yes.
Was I the only one that was surprised they showed the Xbox controller? Because sometimes they show controllers from all over the place in these things, but they showed the Xbox controller. At least they did that.
You are really surprised that they showed the Xbox controller? Really?
I'm just saying. They're multi-platform.
Come on. That's a little bit below the belt, even for you. Come on, man.
I'm just giving people a hard time.
You are cultivating slander at that point. What are you doing? But okay. Before
they should have showed the MCon controller because you could play it on the cloud, is what I'm saying.
True. Yes, you can. Question, sir. What do you think about this whole? It seems like they're trying to make play anywhere and all this a big thing. They tried to push it really, really heavy. Play anywhere, like it's going to be a thing. Do you think it worked here? Because and the reason I ask, real quick, is because I remember you and I have had this conversation in the past where I have always thought it was super interesting for Microsoft, the big company who's lives in a world of exclusives in their consoles. Now they're trying to do away with exclusives, and they still want you, consumer, to come to them instead of go to Steam, where everybody would ideally go. What would they do to try and get you to move? I think stuff like Play Anywhere is trying to, hey, maybe you want to buy it from us instead of buying it from Steam. Stuff like that. I think that seems to be the moves they're making. Will it work? I don't know. What do you think?
They've been doing Play Anywhere for a while, right? Mm-hmm. But Play Anywhere means a little bit more now when you include cloud, and frankly, when you're including PlayStation, right? Play it anywhere you want, right? Mm-hmm. That being said, if you
hold on. Let's pump the brakes.
I know what you mean. You're talking about.
We're not talking PlayStation because they don't get the entitlement. They don't get that.
I understand. I'm just saying the mental exercise of play it anywhere you want. You could decide to buy it on PlayStation, or you could buy it on Steam. You're gonna play.
Shout out to Aaron. The message he just said right now. Play. It ain't Play Anywhere if you can't save the same save file. That changes with Forza Horizon 6. Your save file carries with you everywhere, including PlayStation. So that's an interesting one.
They did that also with if I'm not mistaken, they did that with what was it? Didn't they do that with Indiana Jones if you signed in, or was it Avowed?
I never played Indiana Jones on PlayStation, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But they did make specific mention that it will carry its save everywhere, including Steam. And even
Indiana Jones, they did that, right? You just have to sign in and you can do that. Cool. But that's besides the point. The point is they're releasing games that you can play anywhere. Anyway, but the real point, right? The Xbox ecosystem version of Play Anywhere, where you buy once and play in all those places. If you are still using your Xbox console in a living room setting, and maybe you're PC gaming, at a desk, or you have you
got a handheld
PC handheld. Yeah. Play Anywhere, like the Xbox version, is the Play Anywhere version is the place to buy, right? If you are for those customers. If you're only gaming on PC, then I don't think it does a lot for you, right? But you do get access to playing it in the cloud, and I do think that that's important too. I think that's an important piece of it. So, but yeah, if you're still using your Series X or whatever console on your TVs in the house, and you're playing in multiple places, play anywhere is the advantage over Steam.
See, now, and I see people in the chat going back and forth about whether it's working on them or not. I do think it's a very interesting place we find ourselves, right? They are trying to get you to buy from them instead of Steam, and they're using very interesting tactics to do so. Will it work? I still am not convinced yet, right? Me, I play everywhere, so I don't care. But to the normal, like, worship at the altar of gamer, will this be enough to pull you away? I don't think so, right? I'm also seeing that, like, certain games you buy and play from their store has AI capabilities, and the exact same game that you play from Steam doesn't, right? So, like, if you're playing a game, RPG or whatever, whatever you're playing, and you happen to play it on, you have to buy it on the Xbox store. If you run into any issues or you get stuck somewhere, you could either go to YouTube, or you could, like the Xbox Ally, pop open the AI thing, Copilot. It'll know where you are, and
nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody's going to do it.
But this is my question: whether people want to do it or not, they have implemented that. So if you were to play, right, Outer Worlds 2 on Steam, Copilot doesn't know where you are, can't help you. If you play Outer Worlds from the Xbox app, it knows exactly where you are. It'll tell you, go here, do this, do this, do that. These are some of the things Microsoft, are trying to do to get you to buy from them instead of Steam. Will it work? My hands are still in the air.
I don't think that'll work. I don't think anybody wants to use Gaming Copilot. I'm sorry for the people who worked on it.
I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree. But I think it's interesting that they're trying these little odds and ends experiments to try and see if they can do that. I think
the best selling point they have on Steam is for the people still playing on the Series console.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
That is what, because it is an advantage over buying on Steam if you still play on console.
Yeah. It is what it is, But okay, so ultimately, Fable, will you be buying this game on Steam, or will you be playing it on the Xbox
app? Will there be a major Xbox PC app update before the game comes out?
I hope so, bro. Oh, I hope so.
It depends on. Right now, the UI to beat is Steam Big Picture mode. So if they make an update to the app to make it more like the Xbox console,
Jesus,
I would consider it.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Jesus. When Fuzzy Belvedere, the most even-keeled human that I've ever come across in our community, calls you herpes, oh my God. Lord help us. Anyway, damn. Oh man, he says you can't get rid of it. He reinstalls with every update. Damn. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, okay. I think that's man. Fuzzy, remind me not to get on your bad side, sir. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so I think by and large it was a successful showcase, right? I wish they had done more. What I mean by that is, historically, when they've done this, you get your shadow drops and things. You get games you didn't know that you needed or whatever. Like, by and large, all of this was kind of foretold, and it all fell exactly as it was foretold. We knew Fable was going to be there. We knew Forza Horizon 6 was going to be there. Beast of Reincarnation, we knew was going to be there, right? Kiln was rumored to be there. Right. It was first it was just a general Double Fine game, and then I think it was like a day or two before the release of the showcase, it was specifically Kiln that was going to be shown off. So by and large, it doesn't look like they did anything unique that you're used to from their showcases. And as we just heard, Jez Corden has predicted that there may very well be another showcase, Dev Direct specifically, before the end of the year. What score do you give this Everborn Saga?
Well, I already gave it an 8, but that was because I think Fable, in my opinion, overperformed, and the other ones, like, I respect Forza, but it's not for me. Beast of Reincarnation is intriguing, but I'm not necessarily interested. And Kiln is just not for me, but I understand that it could be for other people. So really, this was a Fable showcase for me, and it delivered on what I was looking for from Fable. So I gave the show an 8. I do want to do a little bit of shadow boxing though, just slightly. It's still on topic. You know, I was told that Xbox didn't care about smaller titles anymore. It was funny that I was told that on the week that Keeper was released, and they were like, "That's the last one." And now, the top of this year, we see that they got Kiln coming out. So, do they care about these smaller titles, or do they not? I was told they didn't. I was told Double Fine was going into salt mines to work on COD. Now Double Fine got another game coming out, and Ninja Theory shut.
You know who told you they're going to the salt mines? You know who told you?
It don't matter. It don't matter. That's why it's called shadow boxing.
Your client told you that. I'm gonna just put that out there real quick. Anyway,
so all I'm saying is we keep hearing that they're gonna do one thing or they don't care about the other thing in complete opposition to the reality. The reality is that they're releasing all types of games in all types of genre, in all types of budget across the board. But people were so concerned that they were going to stop making unique and interesting things.
Damn. These people coming for you today, bro. It's wild. So let me close up this poll real quick. The poll was Fable Walk Gate, the Zesty Gate.
You see what I'm talking about? Hold on. This is what I'm talking about. They was gonna close them after Keeper, and then they show you Kiln. Well, they're gonna close them after this one. Next time, third time's the charm. Keep going. and then they blame me.
So your options were Umbra is right, and that got 39%. I don't see it, got 2%. Those who typed in the 2% one, we need to talk to y'all, man. Join that Discord. I need to, if you genuinely can't see it, I want to actually have a conversation with you because even I see it. I'm just saying. Anyway, and then 10% said it's time for the pitchforks. And the largest amount, 49% of our audience says, no big deal. Still playing it anyway, day one. So there you go. Thank y'all for participating. Good to know. But it's good to know that some of y'all have eyes because we see Walkgate. Walkgate is the thing. Walkgate is the thing. But all right. Everborn
Slow-mo is mad because we don't recognize the greatness of Sony first party. And we just got to get them on day one. If not, we're fanboying.
All right.
Sorry, Slow-mo.
Couple super chats.
Some people just not as pressed as you are to play Wolverine.
Hollywood Rules, $2 super chat. He says, nothing wrong with these smaller, weird titles. Sir, you get no argument from me. That's actually why I'm still a big proponent for Game Pass. Small, weird titles. That's what I'm about in Game Pass. I love it. The great Mr. Inferno with a final super chat. He says, people wanted the summer showcase. Y'all are spoiled brats.
Say it again with your chest.
Damn. He as soon as he got on his PC, he's been on his villain arc. I don't know if you noticed that. He's just like, nope, I am not for the BS anymore. Freddie Fox with a $2 super chat. He says, has Xbox ever released without showing the Xbox version? I don't think so. I don't think they've ever released a game without at least showing one of the Xbox versions. If they were to do that now, it'd be the first time, I think. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Lucius, $2 super chat. He says, zesty male walks in Fable. Let's discuss. Sir, we have discussed. We agreed that there is zest to be seen, but by and large, our community doesn't care. It's fine. He's allowed to have some zest, I think. And then he finishes it off with a final super chat. He says, I would pick playing as a girl before ever walking like that as a male character. Maybe give people options. No straight man walking like that. Sir, I wholeheartedly agree. This is just jokes. It's just fun in games and all that. But if the walking is exactly this way when it comes out retail, I will just default to the female character.
I'm not really worried about the walk.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it either. I'll just default to the female character. For the record, I never thought the female character was ugly or anything like that. People kept doing that. I thought she was fine. She looked good. It was fine. It was good. So if the walking is weird and I feel like it's weird, I'll just default to the female character. It's all good. Anyway, so oh man, and Aaron over here, he says he did not appreciate Fable at all, and now he's saying Starfield is better. Now, I appreciate your opinion, but you wouldn't know that because you haven't played it yet. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Anyway, Mr. Everborn Saga, you said before we get out of here, you wanted to do some on the reel.
Yes.
Now, we didn't catch your opinion last week on what you thought of Kratos, so we can start there. You can tell us what that is. You can tell us what your opinion is on the new Lara Croft, because I wanted your opinion on that, and then finish it up with the Guardians, the He-Man and the.
Let me throw you a little bit of a curveball before we get to those three things.
Okay.
What do you think of Doomsday?
Of what? Of Doomsday?
Doomsday, because
Doomsday.
Avengers Doomsday and Doom 3 are slated to release on the same day.
On the same day. Are they doing the same stupid thing again? They're doing the whole, like, what was it again? Barbie with what the hell do you call it? Barbenheimer.
Yes.
So they're doing Doomsday now?
Yes.
I mean,
I think it is a massive mistake.
Who do you think will lose in that one?
IMAX movie. Somebody has to fold, and I'm going to tell you why.
But who do you think will fold?
It depends on it. It's going to depend on the hype. No. Well, it's going to depend on that Dune 3 trailer, right? It's going to be the hype building up to it. So the problem is there's too much crossover in the audiences of who would watch Doomsday and who would watch Dune 3, right? There's almost zero crossover of the people that are going to watch Oppenheimer and the people who are into a Barbie movie. So that kind of works as counter programming. But like nerds are going to watch both of these movies and they're probably into both of them. And so one is good. No, what I'm saying is it's like listen, the finite thing is people's pockets and time. You put both of those things in the theater at the same time, it's gonna hurt them both.
It's gonna hurt
some people are just gonna say, I'm going with Dune. I love the books. I'm a Howard Brow film enthusiast, whatever. And some people are gonna be like X-Men versus Avengers. I'm there day one, and you don't want that. It's unnecessary. I don't think these things need to come out at the same time or even in the same window. They need a month at minimum apart.
Well, it seems like some people want to get into this conversation as well. BT Maverick, the great BT Maverick, says that Dune is going to get crushed, and then E-Rank says, nah, Marvel and Disney will fold because they need more hits. They need to hit more. And then, of course, we all geeks. JTBL 1521 says he's going to be in the movie theaters all day. It is what
I hear you, and I love that you have the time and the money to do that. But when I go to the movies, it's a $200 affair at minimum.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, because you going with the fam, you doing the whole situation.
Yeah, you know how much popcorn cost and nachos cost these days? The point is, this is the reason I didn't see Fantastic Four in theaters, because it only came out 2 weeks away from Superman. And I just took everybody, getting everybody to want to go again, buy all of that stuff. I don't think it's. I think both of these films can and will be wildly successful, but it would be at the detriment of each other.
I was waiting for Slow Mo Backslap's response because I knew this was ripe bait for Slow Mo Backslap, and of course he has responded with exactly what I thought he would respond with. He said the MCU's popularity is diminished enough. Dune's popularity and main character popularity has risen enough that Dune will be fine. Dune will do better at the box office than both of the previous. But
will it do better than Doomsday?
Better than exactly. That's the
because kicker. I don't know if you know this, Slow-Mo. Even with all the leaks, the official releases of these teaser trailers have garnered over 1 billion views.
Numbers, yes, they are doing numbers. But I knew the Slow-Mo, being the Dune fan he is, would jump in front of the bullet.
Hey, JTB, I ain't got it, man. I can't be going to the movies like that. I'm not a single man anymore.
Yes. Yep. But now I would like to know. And Slow-Mo returns. He says it was never going to do better than Avengers. I don't think they care. Hey,
yeah, but you don't. So you don't feel like it sacrifices anything. Like what are they gaining by keeping it on the same day? Is what I'm saying. Because I feel like there's only down, even if they both make money. Some of it will be at the expense of the other. And I just don't think that's necessary. Move it out a month. One of them. I don't know.
Honestly, I think the creators of Dune, like and Hollywood in general, are getting sick and tired of movies being moved or theater experiences being the MCU's only domain these days.
Well, this is
why Dune is going, F it. We're gonna take the crown back because we used to be the reason why people pack the theaters. Now it's only MCU fare. We're taking it back. This is why they're fighting.
Here's the bigger issue that I think we're leaving out of this, and that is IMAX. There is a very limited number of IMAX screens, and usually there is one IMAX movie playing at a time. I want you to go back and think about this. When you go and see a movie playing in IMAX, what other films that day are playing in IMAX? IMAX is a separate contract that these distributors have to work out, and it's all about timing, and you have to get your IMAX slot because the IMAX tickets are more, and a lot of the money is made there in IMAX. Now, how does IMAX handle having two IMAX filmed movies come out at the same time?
I mean, but this has happened before. There's been multiple IMAX movies that are vying for your attention. Have there not been?
When?
Well, I mean, you're putting me on the spot. I'd be surprised.
This is my point. Look this up. It very rarely happens. People, these guys have to fight for IMAX slots.
Interesting. Okay.
There's only like 1,000 IMAX screens in all of the United States.
True. Slow-Mo and Floodzilla doing battle in our chat, and I'm here for it. He says their audiences are the kind of audiences that didn't get bored with the first 45 minutes of the first Dune movie, so they don't have to worry about the MCU crowd. And then Floodzilla jumps back and says, nah, fam, Doomsday will absolutely dog walk Dune.
No one
Why is this even a conversation?
I keep hearing Dune will be fine. This is not about whether Dune will be fine. Yes, this is about what does Dune or Doomsday gain by releasing on the same day? Is there any benefit to it? And if you can't think of one, then one of them should move dates. I'm not even saying who should move dates.
By the way, because Slow-Mo was slanderous, now Santi feels a little bit called out. She says, I fell asleep in the first 45 minutes of Dune.
Talk that talk.
It
wasn't just you.
That's true. So, Slow-Mo, you got something to say now?
Unlike the masterpiece that is Dune Part 2, Dune 1 was a slog fest.
Oh, my goodness.
And Duncan, Idaho was miscast. And the color palette was bad. And the fighting sucked.
Oh, boy.
I could do this all day. And Slow-Mo knows I'm right on everything I said.
He's going in right now.
Let's move on. Let's move topics because we'll be on this all day. I just don't think there's any benefit for anybody involved, and one of them should take the ego out of it and move the date. Whoever it is, I don't care who it is.
Talk to me about God of Ares. I'm sorry, God of War.
Go ahead.
I see what you did.
Talk to me. I don't care because I do not know how to feel about. I don't know how well God of War is going to translate to live action. And so until I see the first trailer, now I'm one of those people who believes like Kratos is not Scandinavian. I know he was dealing with the Scandinavian gods in the newer iteration, and that's the story they're telling. But the whole point was that he was an outsider from another. Then the creator has double checked right?
that.
So he's olive skinned. He's been voiced by black people or whatever. So and isn't this the guy that did the voice for Thor in the game?
Thor, yes. This is Thor. Thor is playing.
Why not have him play Thor?
Just a question.
I don't understand this, but yeah. I don't care yet because until I see and listen. Amazon is doing really well with Fallout. Now, that could be because of Amazon, or it could be because of Jonathan Nolan, who is Christopher Nolan's brother and writing partner, right? So, and Jonathan Nolan just happened to be a fan of Fallout, so that could be why it is so good, right? I will say, the jury is still out. I don't hate the casting. It's not who I would have chose.
Who would you have chosen? Give us that. Who would you have chosen?
This is so difficult, man.
We already discussed this, so I already know.
I mean, I would cast a different person for young Kratos when he was the villain, and a different Kratos for the older one. But I don't know. I can't say who I agree, and it can't just be on looks. It's who can pull off.
Yes. But get me on this. I agree. We had this conversation with Infinite Number, and he called it out, and I agree with him on this. The gentleman who was in American Gods, Ricky Whittle. I don't know if you know who Ricky Whittle is. We talked about a little last week with.
Well, I know American Gods very well, but I don't know the name of the actors. Oh yeah,
Ricky Whittle. I think Ricky Whittle can pull off Kratos, olive-skinned dude. When he's bald, he's got it. He can pull off, and he's a great actor. With a good beard, he can do it. He could pull off Kratos. He could do it. He could do it. And he's a younger actor. You know, he could do this. He could do it.
I'm
sad that he's not getting the opportunity.
If they were gonna cast a Caucasian person, I would have given it, especially if you're telling the older, the reboot version. I would cast Tom Hardy. Not that he has the body for it.
They're not telling a new story. Like if you read the IMDb, it's exactly the story you know. He's not been taken away from Greek mythology. He is still Greek.
Yeah, so that's kind of strange. But I would say not that he has the physique for it anymore, but he did at one time.
Who?
I think Tom Hardy captures the Kratos of the new God of War games. I think he
really.
You think about it.
But that would have to be a Kratos that's not Greek.
No, right? They didn't get somebody who was Greek. So I'm just saying, if you're going down that road,
no, I don't mean the actor is not Greek. I mean that would have to be a character of Kratos that's not Greek, because he doesn't even look Greek.
Does the guy that they cast look Greek?
No, which is my problem. Right?
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying they've gone down this road. So they've opened the door. I'm walking through it. If this is the road they're going down, I'm saying I would have chose Tom Hardy.
You would have chosen Tom Hardy instead.
And listen, I understand he's too short, but they made him look bigger as Bane, right? You can do this thing with camera. Listen, Tom Cruise is like 4 feet tall. You wouldn't be able to notice from watching Mission Impossible, right?
Yes, he is.
Don't worry about how tall he is in real life. Just worry about the camera work that makes it look like,
So you think Tom Hardy would have done the job?
The sort of like holding back rage, man of few words. If you ever seen a show called Taboo, I want you to look this up. Yeah,
Tom Hardy as Kratos.
Okay, well, I got one for you. I got one for you.
A bit. We said Jason Momoa looked good. Go ahead.
No.
He's got the look.
It's not about the look. It's can you pull off?
Bro, you've seen
Kratos.
him play. You've seen him play Kratos when you saw him play as Khal Drago. It is Kratos.
Not. No.
Come on.
Nope.
You disagree?
No. Absolutely not.
What is your choice?
Okay, I got another one for you. If you guys don't like Tom Hardy, all right. What about?
He got another choice for you.
Oh my God. No, somebody said Bella Ramsey. No, I was gonna say, listen to this. Hear me out. See, stop going by looks, right?
I know. Well, but these are also decent actors. These are also decent actors.
I understand.
He's a very decent actor.
Hear me out. Are you ready?
I'm listening.
Travis Fimmel.
Travis Fimmel. I'm not picturing Travis Fimmel.
Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings.
Oh yeah. Travis Fimmel. I can see it. But see, now you're picking specifically a Viking.
Like, I get it. We're already like I said, we're already down that road.
Who was also in the biker TV show, which this guy who they picked was also in the biker TV show. They're both from the same TV show.
Dorian Gray says Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well pick Pedro Pascal. You know,
I'm
like, come on,
trying to pick people who would do a TV show.
I mean, these days, anybody would do a TV show. Right?
You know, Leonardo DiCaprio, like, they're not going to do it.
Yeah. So, okay, Travis Fimmel. I can see it. I can. Although I still feel like they should have done a bit more work and picked somebody new. Right? I feel like they should pick somebody new. I was talking about what's his last name? His last name is Caviezel. What's his first name?
Jim Caviezel, who plays
Jim Caviezel.
In Passion of the Christ.
Exactly. That is the point I was listen. That is the point I was trying to make. During Jim Caviezel's turn as Passion of the Christ, he wasn't a household name. And because of that, he fulfilled that role so damn well. Since that time, I've seen him in a bunch of shows and movies and stuff. So now I can, now I can separate. But at the time,
Jim Caviezel is still not a household name. He's not an A-list actor. And
no, but my point, that still even makes my point. That even still makes my point. Because he's not a no-name actor, you can really get a Kratos that becomes people's Kratos rather than an actor that's from another TV show that you have to pay more, right? You want to build an IP. You want to build a franchise in the eyes of the movie watching and TV show watching population. You already have an inroad because you got gamers that know this IP, right? If you pick a no-name guy and build him up and he's good, come on, this is Disney's.
All I am thinking of is people who have given acting performances that feel like they could pull off the Kratos that we got in the newer games. That's why I say Tom Hardy. That's why I say Travis Fimmel.
Shout out to the great John Wolfe. Speaking truth, he said he should be someone who can pull off Greek. Yes, that's the point. And I don't think these dudes can pull off Greek. I don't think so. And I'm actually, based on Umbra's word as well, I'm a little worried about the current Kratos they picked because he's very Southern drawy kind of. I don't think he did that on purpose to Thor, but Thor was a very Southern drawl kind of guy. Like,
I don't think he's from America. I think
he did the Southern drawl on purpose.
Yeah, just like Andrew Lincoln does. Coral.
No, but for Thor, I thought that was a very weird choice. For Thor, like Thor is not from Alabama.
I think it had to match with who they were using as Zeus, as not Zeus. What's his name? As Zeus.
As Zeus.
Sorry, yeah, Zeus.
Yeah, as Zeus. So because Zeus was because Zeus was
Odin. It wasn't Zeus. Zeus.
Odin. Yes. So because Odin was a mafia boss, Thor had to be a country drunk. That's weird. I don't know, man. Anyway.
All right. What was the next on the reel?
The next on the reel was Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider.
All right.
And I call it triangle boob gate because I think it's a bad look.
Angelina Jolie will always be my Lara Croft. Not because the movies were good.
Did you watch Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider?
Did not like it. As a matter of fact, I actively hated that movie.
Wow.
Didn't like it at better. Oh my God, I hate it.
Wow. So you think, okay, so between
I hated it as a movie. I didn't have any issue with her playing Lara. Like if they rebooted it and kept the actress, I would have been fine. Alicia Vikander is a great actor.
But this is what we're talking about. Like this is what we're talking about. We're specifically talking about who should be Lara Croft.
I think too many people try to cast these things based on looks, and I think you should go for acting ability over look.
And do you think Alicia Vikander is not as good of an actress as where is she? Where is she? She was here a minute ago. I saw it a minute ago. Where is it? Dang it, I lost it. It was
what
here
are you looking for?
There she is.
Sophie Turner?
Sophie Turner. Do you think that Alicia Vikander is like who's a better actor? I would say Alicia Vikander's a better actor.
I don't think we haven't seen a trailer for this yet. We don't know how she's gonna pull it off. She was good in Game of Thrones.
It on Game of Thrones. And Game of Thrones, she was
right, but this is a single picture. I don't have an issue with this picture. I think
they're regressing in this to me.
I think she looks cool in the picture. I don't care about that. I want to see how she pulls it off in the trailer. If we're talking about looks the part, Angelina Jolie has it for me. And I did not like the Alicia Vikander movie at all. So let me see what the trailer for this looks like, and we'll go from there.
So Slow-Mo Backslap says Sophie Turner is in a Prime series called Steel. The show is decent. She is not. So there's that. I don't think she's cool. I think she's cool for early 2000s. I think it harkens back to a time of triangle boobs. You know what I'm saying? Like PS1 era. Like I liked Alicia Vikander's version. Even if you don't use Alicia Vikander, I would like Sophie Turner to look like Alicia Vikander because she's an architect, an archaeologist, right? They're not sexy and cool. They're dirty because they're digging in the dirt.
This is a single picture. You don't know what this is from. You have no context of this. This is just like a photo shoot.
I'm using what I'm seeing and I'm making a determination.
What you're seeing is a Lara Croft who is wearing the clothes from the character in the game. That's all you're seeing. It's not in the set of a movie or anything. So you have nothing to base this off of.
I do, because just like you based off of your idea that certain characters look too clean, this looks too clean for me.
It is. Asante.
It looks too clean for me.
Not on a set. It's literally a black background.
Sir, when they show us more, if it's different, and I'm wrong, I will say, hey, it looks better. They showed us the pictures. I'm telling you how I feel about
picture. There's a picture. There's not pictures. There's one.
Oh, there's multiple. There's multiple. There's another one. There's another one. And the other one, she's not in her suit. She's just with her red hair, like walking down the street, like in character. Right. And honestly, I like Alicia Vikander's version better. For now. When the show comes out, I will, of course, I'll be there day one.
Based on what? Why do you like it better?
I like the look of their archaeologist better than the look of this archaeologist, because their look is more grounded than this one.
You understand that in this photo shoot, she's not an archaeologist. She's just wearing whatever the character game wore. And the other shot, show me the other shot, because it seems like in that other shot, she's just on the street. So she's not in the middle doing let me
find the other one. I'll find the other one.
Whatever.
But at the end of the day, all I'm doing is I'm looking at what they've shown me, right? And I, unlike you, liked the last Tomb Raider movie. And I remember the last Tomb Raider movies like ramp up as far as their marketing. And they were also very much treating it really grounded and real, right? I understand
that movie. Nothing about that movie was grounded and real.
Sir, we're not deliberating whether the movie was good or not. I understand that.
What we're gonna do?
I'm just saying that the character.
What we're gonna do every week. By the way, people come to the Discord every week. We pick a movie to watch. I'm gonna nominate
the movie this week, sir.
And there's Tomb Raider.
We've already picked the movie this week, sir. And by the way, that's
this week.
Sure, next week. Okay.
We will nominate that, and so we can all remember how bad that movie was. So that's my pick to watch in the Discord next week. Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider.
Okay. And this week it's Equilibrium, by the way, for people who don't know.
Temu Matrix, for those who don't know.
You see, this man, if either he's a huge fan or he's literally like ready to like rip it apart. There's no difference. Either he's with it, meaning he's standing behind it, or it's the worst trash on earth. There's no middle ground. Like, what's wrong with you, sir? There's nuance in the world here. Jesus Christ.
You got no nuance to a photo shoot photo of a character trying to dress like a video game, and now you want nuance anyway. So all right, did we have any? Okay, go ahead.
Celtex says,
and then I want to move on.
They just need to cast somebody who's really hot and looks like Lara Croft. Acting won't really matter in this sort of situation unless you have someone great who can breathe life into some of this. He's out of line, but he's not wrong. Anyway, what did you want to say? What did you want to say?
All right, let's move on to the Masters of the Universe trailer.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Oh, hold on. I just need to put this out there. Oh, they keep moving. Hold on. That is insane. That is insane and wild.
Nobody asked you anything.
But still, the dagger did hit. Oh man. Anyway, continue. So you said the Masters of the Universe trailer.
Yes.
I just happened to catch this. I have no idea about the story. I was like, what the heck is this? And of course, Mr. Wolf calls him him man.
Okay, so this is before we even get into the trailer. I feel like people are so invested in the culture war that they don't even watch the things they're culture warring about. Do you know that the whole purpose of this trailer was to say Adam is living in a world where they're using pronouns and he wants to get out of that world and be a real he-man. That's the whole point.
That's the point of the thing. Yes.
It is actually a rebuke against the pronouns.
And actually, I think the reason why possibly Mr. Wolf and others are doing that is because in the beginning of the trailer, you see him sitting in a cubicle and he is him and he and him is in his pronouns underneath his title. So I think people just took that and ran with it.
Right. And they didn't watch the rest of it because it was new ammunition for the culture war. And they just went with it because people like it's too much trouble for people to even watch a trailer now.
Now, should I put the trailer up or will the ninjas come for us? I have no idea.
I don't know.
MGM, I'm not sure. Go ahead. Just
I saw from the trailer, I loved. Now there are other people that are mad that Man at Arms is Idris Elba, right?
Why? I think it's great. He looks the part and everything. Well, because he's black.
They got it so right. Look how Castle Grayskull looks. Even Skeletor, which is not an easy thing to get. Like you got this muscle bound guy with a skeleton face, right? All of it. So, I've heard some people say, it gives Thor Ragnarok vibes, but you got to hope it doesn't fall into Thor Love and Thunder.
Because it's very tongue-in-cheeky, it seems.
And again, you have Battle Cat there, you have Beastman in there. Like, look how Evelyn looks just down to the costume. Everything. They got the costumes exactly right.
Yes, they did.
There's big set pieces. The action looks like it's where it needs to be. And I think the tone is right because, again, Superman is a goofy show. It's a dude in loincloth running around with a sword. Like, it's stupid. And they got it right. I think they got the tone right. I think they got the visuals right. And the whole point is he's leaving Earth. And a lot of people are like, why is he on Earth? Do you know the Superman lore? Do you know Adam's mother is from Earth? The He-Man lore.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, just so people know, because I feel like we should put a disclosure. Everborn's brother is the biggest He-Man fan in the world. So because of that,
not true. It is Thundercats for him. I was the one with the He-Man toys when I was growing up.
Oh, okay, my bad. These guys are such super fans that they will open the Book of Grayskull and read from it for you, and they will be very right. So just so you know.
So some people wanted it to be like Lord of the Rings mixed with Star Wars, but that's not really what Masters of the Universe was. So,
and if you remember the old On the Reel, we talked about the cartoon Masters of the Universe. We talked about that with Everborn's brother some time ago. Go seek that out. Very, very entertaining episode. But yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I loved it. I love that they're giving it the budget that it seems like it deserves. I can't believe we are.
Oh no, Flood, not like that, sir. No, sir. No. You need to watch your mouth, sir. You're gonna lose your mod privileges. You keep that up, sir. He said I said it. Get out of here. No, sir. What are you doing?
Don't make me start talking about Bionic 6.
Oh, no.
But no, I support this if only so that we can get a Thundercats movie. But and I know we're getting a Voltron movie. But I don't know. I think they did exactly what they needed to do, and I'm more excited for it than before. So
ooh, damn. All right. Today's not a good day for you, sir.
You see?
Today's not a good day for you. Anyway.
All I know is whatever character that you like, you see He-Man has a movie now and your character does it.
Oh, you gotta be just cold-blooded with that. Okay. But yes, I don't think a lot of people paid attention to the trailer beyond the screenshots and whatnot, because the story is quite interesting, and it seems like we didn't really get any of that. People think it's basically the default story as you remember it.
They saw
it to be in Castle Grayskull. They're expecting it to be.
Yeah, but I also think they saw him, and they was just like, oh,
and they just
go, let's run with it.
Yeah, that's true.
They saw him, and then they saw Idris Elba, and then that was it.
What? Look, okay, I will stand with my brother Idris. What do people have a problem with Idris Elba?
Because they're like race swap of a character that they never cared about.
I get you. Okay. All right. So, a couple super chats. Hollywood Rules, $2 super chat. He says Dune better move, but I love both games, movies rather. I agree. I think Dune will move. I think Slow Mo Backslap will disagree with you, but he's wrong. Flight the 116 with a $2 super chat. He says Kratos doesn't even pull off Greek. I would say the older Kratos, like, because I've recently replayed 1 and 2. Older Kratos before the Ash.
This is a deep cut. I'm sorry, Thundar the Barbarian.
Thundar.
That is a deep.
Yes.
I'll give you that one, Flood.
Now, Mr. Inferno, $2 super chat. He says Jared is the kiss of death. What do you think, sir?
What Jared? Who? Jared Leto?
No, I think he means the character who's playing the character, the actor who's playing He-Man. Isn't his name Jared?
So isn't he like an unknown? What else was he in? Why is he the kiss of death? I don't understand.
Yeah. Please explain, Mr. Inferno, if you can. We appreciate it.
Jared Leto is not in this movie.
No, Jared Leto is not in this movie, isn't it?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think so. Flight 116 with a $2 super chat. He says, I'll be waiting for Silverhawks. Yeah. Oh,
they said Jared Leto is Skeletor.
Is Skeletor. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, I mean, you wouldn't know that because he has a skeleton face.
No, I know, but I didn't know that from the IMDb. I didn't read that. Interesting.
That is okay. Hold on. I'm gonna say, listen, I since I don't care about pitchforks today, I'm gonna say something slanderous. I think Timothée Chalamet is overrated, and that's it.
I agree. Oh my God, I agree. I'm sorry. I agree. To the point where he's out there doing raps. I'm like, bro.
What's wrong with him? Listen, he's doing his thing. And he's building his career. He's building his legend. I'm just saying he's no Leonardo DiCaprio. But keep going.
Slow-mo, this one was hilarious. Hilarious, sir. Hilarious, sir. Good job. All right. I will also give you another hot take.
Okay, wait. I do have a question, right? How do they play Skeletor in this movie? Is he menacing or is he the meme Skeletor? The one that gives you the until we meet again Skeletor, the run through the mirror,
I think he's both
on his way out, the bumbling Skeletor.
I think you get one side of him scary as hell, and then another side bumbling buffoon. I think he's both. Because this seems to be playing in that world of they love the memes. They're playing up on that. I don't think they make him the straight man.
I think. By the way, did you know that this is the director of Bumblebee that's doing this movie?
Oh, which I gotta say, Bumblebee was excellent. Bumblebee was excellent.
I think they should lean heavily into meme Skeletor, in my opinion.
I agree.
I'm not going in this movie to take it seriously. I'm going in there to have fun with this movie. It's a popcorn movie. It should be that, because He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is inherently stupid.
Stupid, yes.
But
that's right.
Stupid fun.
Yeah. And I also watched the 90s movie. Yes, I did, with Dolph Lundgren. Come on now. I remember that fondly.
So hold on. Wait. This is an interesting thing. So Slow-Mo Backslap says DiCaprio at his age was not DiCaprio. I don't know if I agree, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm completely unslanderous. I don't know if I agree, because you may or may not know this because he looks so young, but Timothée Chalamet is 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, by the time he was 30, had done Titanic and Gangs of New York.
Yep.
I just think there's a difference.
I agree. I do. I agree. Now, here's my slanderous take, which I'm sure everyone will disagree with me on, but almost everyone, because Dorian Gray seems to agree. I think Leto was all right in Blade Runner. People think it was the worst movie.
Blade Runner was peak, so I'm unfortunately gonna have to agree with Dorian Gray.
Like, oh, the worst movie. I watched it. I was like, no, I think it was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah, I didn't get everything. It wasn't perfect. His motivations were weird or whatever. But people were like, oh, what was he doing in there? This is the final turn of him as a leading man. I don't get that.
Also, Travis Knight, the director of this new He-Man and as we said, Bumblebee, he also directed Kubo and the Two Strings,
which is also a great movie. Kubo and the Two Strings, great movie. I really enjoyed that. I did. So this might be all good. This might be heading in the right direction. All right. So let's put a pin in it there. I do think this will be something that will at least bring the gamers and the geeks to the yard.
I don't have Timothée Chalamet is not an actor that I hate. I actually enjoy his films. I just feel like he's not there yet, but he's doing all the right things and he's picking all the right projects to become on that level. He's just not there yet. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm with Santi on this one. Leo was a great actor. Like Romeo and Juliet, I'm a guy who's digital everything. I still have that on Blu-ray physically. I loved that movie. I loved it. I was a theater kid, so like that was catnip for me. So yes. And what's eating Gilbert Grape? Another great movie. I agree. I think that
The Beach was a terrible movie, but like him in it was very good.
It wasn't bad. Yes, absolutely.
Also, this is another thing I want to recommend for the movie watching in the Discord. I made a joke about this, but it's very serious. If you ever wondered what would happen if that selfish young lady Rose actually would have shared the door with Jack and they both survived that night, watch Revolutionary Road. It is starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, and it is what would have happened if they both survived that night.
Very cool. I haven't seen it. Very cool. Okay. I think we're done here, but I will let Anonymous' slanderous take a ride because the man has a point. The same Kubo. Well done, sir. I'll allow it. Well done. Well done. All right. Anyway.
I do think, and I'll end with this. Slanderous. Timothée Chalamet has the potential to be the next Leonardo DiCaprio. He just got to put some more time in the dojo.
I have seen many of his movies. I like many of his movies, but I feel like the industry puts him on an unnecessary pedestal.
Well, you need another young heartthrob. So if there is not one, they have to make one. Basically, but again, that is discounting the work that he's putting in, and he is putting in work, and he is turning down a lot of projects and picking the right ones. So he must be given credit for that. And I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet. I may change my mind after that, but I'm in no way slandering him. I'm slandering the people that are talking about him like he's Leo.
So we will let Lord Negatron's last tweet be the last word here. which is today's podcast has been an emotional roller coaster. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. That's what we aim to do here, to keep you on your toes, get you angry and get you smiling all at the same time. This is what we did.
Wait, listen, I've been saying this for years.
Oh, Billy Zane.
Billy Zane was the hero of Titanic. He absolutely was, especially when he stole somebody's thing to get off the boat. But keep going.
The Phantom was the hero of Titanic. That is an interesting take. If you know what I'm talking about, he was the Phantom. Anyway, Mr. Everborn Saga, I think that's it. We have actually cracked our. We're back to our old levels. We're almost at 3 hours now. I think we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. Sir, where can people keep up with your ongoings? What do you want the great people to know this week?
And we will have a Kickstarter coming up in the next couple months. So I hope you guys all can help us out on that one. We're launching a very large book. It will be over 150 pages, hardcover, Prince of Arcadia, chapter 5, 6, and 7, all in one book. So I hope you guys can support that, but I will announce more of that when we don't do these Kickstarters till the book is done. So I'm waiting for that to announce it. But when the book is done, you guys will know more. Other than that, I'll be in the Discord.
Absolutely, sir. And if you don't know what that is, you have not joined us, and you should. Discord.gg/TGCP. That's how you get in. You go, you answer some of the terms of service, because we got to keep it above board. And then you join us, and you can join all of the various slanderous conversations. But thank y'all so much for being here this week. It has been a great conversation. Oh yeah, remember young Josh Hartnett?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about young Josh Hartnett. Old Josh Hartnett is making a comeback right now. He's on.
Yes, he is. He's doing some things. I like it. Yeah. But anyway, so come join our Discord. We talk games. We're talking movies. We're talking TV shows. By the way, we didn't do it this week. But Everborn, you're gonna have to help me. We need to start whittling down the list of NES games to top 10. We're built. We're ready to go. It's just been a busy week for us last week, for me anyway. So I wasn't there, but I will be there this week, and we have to get that done. But I think that's it, man. For all of us, for myself, Mr. Everborn Saga. Shout out to the great Paris Lily for jumping in as he does. Shout out to all you great folks in the chat. Slow Mo Backslap, Big Mad Mo, Stilo, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with us. As I said, this year we will try to, maybe venture out a bit more, maybe head out to various events and whatnot. If you can, if you want to see the dynamic duo together on there, you're gonna have to help us out. So we really appreciate all the people with the super chats and all the assistance y'all give us there. That really helps to defray the costs. I want Everborn with us this year, so we're gonna need your assistance in doing so. Please help us out. But thank y'all so much for being here. And I think that's it, Everborn. Anything else we need to tell the people?
No, man. Just come to the Discord. That's it.
All right, join the Discord. Till next week. Peace.
Nice to be in orbit.